Drop down your nest and come and follow. Share the news of the gospel, yeah. And I wanna run away. I wanna run away with you. So tell me why. So can you tell me why I can't fail? That rooster crowed right through my soul, and I can't feel it. I can't feel it. I can't feel it, baby. Yeah, tell me. So can you tell me why I can't feel? Once, twice, thrice. Hey, tell me! He's died! He's died! He's died! Yeah! No, no, no! No! I'm ashamed, and well, I'm to blame. Lord, and I wanna run away. I wanna run away with you. So tell me why. So can you tell me why I can't fail? That rooster crowed right through my soul. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. And tell me, boom, yeah, face your local scars. Boom, yeah, face your local bar. Boom, yeah, face discriminate. Boom, yeah, face denominate. Boom. Way out here, there's a song that's gotta be unsung. Way out here, there's a wrong that's gotta be undone. Spend my time getting wicked till I choke. Gotta spend my youth on something before I go broke. Way out here in the dark that I can't tame. Way out here there's a grave that calls my name. Spend my time getting wicked till I choke. Gotta spend my youth on something before I go broke. Hey now, can I save me from myself and a wicked generation? Gotta save me from myself and a wicked generation.
Hello everyone, welcome to After Hours Out There, home of the podcast where streamers come together to discuss gaming and streaming and what's going on in the world of such. Welcome on in, guys and gals. Hope everybody's having a good night. Thank you for tuning in. We got Dorian Vi, returning guest J-Les, and we got first time on the show, that Wrong Channel Joe. Welcome on in, guys. Dorian, how you been? What you been up to? What you been streaming? What's going on in the Dorian world?
Sophus, my dude. Always a pleasure to be on the show. And that Vi has been on with us the last few episodes now. Always a pleasure. And that returning guest, Jimmy J-Les. Oh man, that Jimmy J-Les. Welcome back. And again, congratulations to you, your son. And your birthday's coming up this Friday, so throwing that out there. Got it. And, of course, that WrongChannelJoe, our guest. We're excited. I think it's going to be a great show. I've been doing great. Twitch has been overall pretty good. Been playing... What's been playing? Oh, that Siege? I almost forgot about that game since yesterday, been having problems. Playing that Battlefront, Bayonetta. I'm liking it. Some good stuff. And, yeah, overall I'm doing good. I'm excited for the show. I think we got ourselves some juicy and fantastic, or one would say fantasty, topics that we're going to be covering. And you guys out there, thank you guys for coming on in, spending your night. It is a pleasure, and always fun doing this. So I'm excited, and yes, let's carry on.
Thanks for coming on back, Dorian. Dorian on that 4th episode ever. 3 years ago. Been on ever since. Vi, my dude.
There it is.
What you been up to? What you been streaming? What's going on in the Vi world?
Man, after about 4.5 months, I finished the Witcher series.
Wow.
We played the entire series on stream. Started with Witcher 1, went through, did both DLCs of Witcher 3, and it was beautiful. It's one of the best series I've ever played, man. I loved it. I had a struggle finding something to play after 4 months of just being in the Witcher world. So I picked up that Crash, and it crashed and burned. So now we're playing Fallout 4. So that's fun. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's good to be back. I know we got some good topics tonight. On with the J-list right there, and Joe for the first time. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks for coming on back, Vi. Hanging out on the show with us more often. It's always fun to have this guy around. We got 4th time on the show, J-Les?
Yeah, 4th time. Yeah, it's 4th time.
4th time on the show, J-Les.
4th time, man. Is that officially a veteran on the show?
I think so, man. I think you're. I don't really have rankings, but I think you're good.
Yeah.
I think you're good. What's J-Les been going in your busy world? I'm sure it's gotten busy.
Oh man, it's been extremely busy. Yeah, this year has been pretty good to me, man. I can't lie. In terms of like streaming, life in general, I think this has probably been the best year for so far of streaming. I can honestly say. I mean, beside from the year that I got partnered in, that was amazing, obviously. But I mean, this year, just in general, it's been great. It's been great. Those who don't know yet, I'm Jimmy J. Less. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. If you guys haven't yet, host the channel. Do whatever you can to support the podcast, please. Thank you again, Sophus, for having me on the show, man. And yeah, it's just been a crazy month. I'm recently new father, son, 2 months old, gonna be 3. And yeah, just trying to balance streaming, being a dad for the first time. It's crazy, but I'm making it work. I'm trying my best to make it work. And so far, the support from my friends, the community has been, overwhelming. But yeah, so far everything has been great, man. Thank you.
Very good, J-Les. Thanks for coming on back in, man.
Of course, always.
Wish nothing for the best for you and the little one.
Mm-hmm.
Got to teach him early, man. Got to get him on the keyboard.
Oh, yeah. I would rather get him in the sports first, and then I'm not pushing him on the gaming right away. Yeah.
I'm sure he could stream, man.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure eventually. I mean, he already makes cameos here and there.
Hey,
eventually, my channel's gonna become his channel or something. I don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we got first time on the show ever. That Wrong Channel Joe. If you guys and gals out in the audience don't know this guy, throw him that hot follow. You will not be let down. Joe,
you might.
What have you been up to? And for the people that may not know you out there, you want to run down your stream schedule, what kind of games you stream, so they know when and where to find you.
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. Appreciate the invite.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm a member of the Hobo Nation, nice little collection of streamers. And I think, first and foremost, I'll just say that coming up in November, we're going to be doing a Movember fundraiser type deal where we're going to basically shave clean, then have the mustache growing. And that's all, any benefits that we get from that's going to go straight to charity for men's health awareness. But then back to my streaming, as far as like games that I play, I do a little bit of everything. Just retro, current, anywhere in between. Currently playing a little bit of Hollow Knight, and not really sure what I'm doing after that, to be honest, because I kind of play loosey-goosey, up in the air about a lot of stuff. But October, I got a lot of plans for that. A lot of spooky games all over the board again. PS1, Super Nintendo, modern games, you name it, I'll try it.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming on in again, being a special guest. And like we always say to the new folks that come in, if you have fun, you're always welcome to come back. Yeah. So myself, I almost forgot myself. I've been streaming.
Come on now, you're the host,
dude. Always
the epicenter.
I know, man. But if you guys could look at what I'm looking at, man, there's a lot of stuff going on my screen. So anyway, so yeah, I've been streaming that PUBG. I've been streaming a little bit of Agents of Mayhem, just rotating in between those two games. Agents of Mayhem, I'm almost done with. I think I'm like 64% completion right now. So that's going pretty good. And work, man. Work is work. You guys familiar with my streams? Y'all know I just kind of get them in when I can. Got no permanent schedule, but check them Twitters. I always let you know when I go live. Yeah, wait. It's that time to pop that can of hype.
There it is.
You got the can of hype.
We're popped, boys.
Dude, I got a whole can.
Is that only in your area? Do you own that company? Every time I go buy an energy drink, I never see it, man. And I've been to different stores.
J-Les, I'm going to do this for you, man. You're going to be on a delay because you can't see my webcam on stream.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do this just for you, man. You wait 1 second. Let me hop behind this green screen over here. You're going to love it.
Oh. Let me get this stream up.
Does he just have a giant Just cases of cans of hype, huh?
He manufactured it himself. Just
Oh my lord,
in his
man.
backyard.
Oh. The whole cans of hype.
I got cases upon cases of hype.
Wait, he's
A
like,
lot of hype.
I'm bringing this on the plane.
That's awesome.
But to answer your question, Jay, I kind of special order it, man.
Okay.
Kind of special order that stuff.
Does it taste good?
It does taste good, actually. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Loyal fan right there. I like.
You also got a cooler, right? That's their brand.
Yeah, it's sitting right next to. It's sitting right here. I pulled the hype out of the hype cooler to pop the can of hype
cooler.
to drink.
I think
the
hype needs to just sponsor you already.
That's
man.
what I think.
You're just.
All right, everybody in the chat, tweet at hype. Let them know I need to be sponsored. But yeah, I'll tell you a story about the whole thing later. But all right, so we're gonna get into games, man, that are coming out next month in October. October's not too far away, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about what's going on. So we got Battle Chasers coming out, Dragon's Dogma, Forza 7, Star Wars Battlefront 2 pre-order beta.
Go.
Oh, they have a beta? I didn't even
it's
know they had a beta.
So if you pre-ordered
Got
it,
me all hyped over a beta.
if you pre-order it, you get on the beta. 2 days.
Is that for PC or is that for just console?
That is PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Oh wow, okay.
All right, then we got Empire, Lords of the Sea Gates, Star Wars Battlefront 2 open beta 2 days later, on October 6th. And I'm sure that's when
That's real soon.
they'll be testing their servers to handle the traffic. Lady Lighten, Middle Earth Shadow of War, Age of Empires Definitive Edition. These names, man. Arctica, that's what I'm going to call it. .1, I guess that's, I don't know, it's a thing on Oculus. Evil Within Part 2, South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
It's fractured.
Yeah, it is fractured. It's also whole.
Yeah.
Elix, Rogue Trooper Redux. Man, these names always kill me. I'm gonna make somebody else read these from now on because these names kill me. Vi, that's gonna be your new job, dude.
Okay, I'll read the game titles.
I guess Etrian, RDC 5, Axiom Verge, WWE 2K18, Gran Turismo Sport, Siberia, Fire Emblem Warriors, Destiny 2 on PC, Road Rage, Knights of Azure 2, Assassin's Creed Origins, Super Mario Odyssey for the Switch, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus,
Yeah.
Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back, and Cultist Simulator coming your way on Halloween. All right, so Dorian, my dude, any of them games you looking at for October?
I need a Switch, man. I need one. I don't have a Switch. I've been waiting, and Nintendo's probably be like, hey, you know, we're allowing you to get a Switch now after the whole after hours Nintendo Wii wrist strap situation. If you guys don't know the lore about that, well, in a nutshell, we had that Stenrose, we had Solstice, and iGames. We were talking about like Nintendo Wii stuff, and I said, I'll paraphrase myself. You know, like I was saying, the strap-ons for the Wiimotes would break. And
every time he says he can't help it but smile.
Anyway, I've said it. People can clip it if they want, but anyway, that's what I said. But anyway, bottom line is, I gotta get a Switch. I don't have one. Mario Odyssey is the #1 game, at least on that list, as I can see. I love me some Mario. I've been playing most of the console Mario games that have been released. I love me some Mario. So that game for sure. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Oh, I love me some of that Wolfenstein. We got some audio commands off of that game, so it's definitely some good stuff. Looking at grabbing that. And then just looking on the list, some games that I wouldn't mind trying out at some point. Like, I heard good things about that Middle-earth. The new one's called Shadow of War. I saw that Andrew, that Black 072, he was playing the earlier one, the first one that came out a few years back. I wouldn't mind trying those because I do like me some of that Lord of the Rings. And other than that, we'll see how that beta is. Get a feel about the Roger droids and, you know, Darth Maul and all that stuff. So I've been playing those Battlefront on each Monday, and Battlefront 2, if it goes back, because Vi and I were like, we love the original Battlefront 2. So come back to something like that. Oh, get ready. The Force will be strong with this one. And Vi in the Clone Army. It's gonna be a good time. So, those are my games of interest: Mario Odyssey, Wolfenstein, Shadow of War, the Middle Earth, and the Battlefront beta. See how it goes.
For sure. Battlefront 2 PS2 is my favorite game right there from Big T.
It's my favorite game too on PC though.
Vibe food.
Yeah, man.
That list, man. What you got?
There's a lot going on up in there. Definitely the Battlefront beta. I'm going to be all over that, of course. South Park, I love the first South Park game. I thought it was amazing. I can't wait for the sequel. So I'm probably going to get that one. I never played the last WWE game. I know they added some backyard brawls or something. That was a new feature last year. I don't know what's going on with this year's. I'll have to look into it. Destiny, I'm not into Destiny. I don't know. There was some other game. Oh, there's the Lord of the Rings one. I never finished the first one. I should probably do that because I do love me some Lord of the Rings. What's it called? Shadow of
War is the new one.
The new one, Shadow of War. Yeah. So I'll look into it. I might watch some gameplay. Maybe wait for a sale on that one, but I probably will pick it up. There was some other game you mentioned. There were so many games that just flew into my mind.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, man. Oh my god, yo. The first Wolfenstein was, or not the first, the remake a couple years ago was beautiful. I loved it. Didn't quite get the DLC. I didn't quite understand what was going on in there. The expand or the standalone. But yeah, that's gonna be some good stuff. I can't wait for that one as well. Everything else, I think I'm good on. I'll pass. I'll watch other people play.
JLS?
Oh man, that's a good list. Honestly, like October is going to be a really good month for video games. But we're still in September, and on the 29th, we're supposed to be getting Cuphead, which I'm excited for because it looks like a fun platformer. To me, so I'm excited about Cuphead. That'll be like the next new game that I'll be streaming. And then, you know, I didn't know about the Star Wars Battlefront beta. Like, I was looking forward to the game itself. Yeah. I didn't know there was a beta already. So now I have that to look forward to in October. And then we have the Evil Within 2. I thought the Evil Within 1 was I had a really good gameplay. Story was a little confusing, but I'm excited about 2. So I'll definitely be playing through that. South Park, amazing. I just recently played maybe 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. I played the first one. Dude, I could not stop laughing, man. To be honest with you, there were some people in my chat that weren't ready for some of the dark comedy in there.
They go places with the jokes.
Yes, but you know what? It was a fun experience, man.
From what I have seen on the next game, they go darker, dude.
I bet, man. I already saw the what was the thing that they announced? Supposedly, the darker the skin you go, the harder the difficulty it is. What? Oh man, that's South Park for you, I guess, right?
I've seen some gameplay with some priests, and oh man.
And then after South Park will probably be some more Mario Odyssey. Like, oh man, like I had the pleasure of going to E3 this year, and I played it more than a handful of times, and it is amazing, man. Like it plays just like Mario 64, and it feels like Sunshine. Both of those two games, and a little bit of like Mario Galaxy as well. It hits it out the park, dude. I'm excited. I can't wait for that one. And that's it for October, pretty much. I mean, pretty much throughout the month of October, besides playing all the new games, I'm going to be playing a whole bunch of different, like, survival horror games. So, some that I've never played through myself, like Resident Evil 1. I haven't played through myself. Yeah, you know what it is that, like, growing up, like, with two older brothers, before there was Twitch, I would just watch them. Right. That was my Twitch. So I would watch them beat a whole bunch of games. Like Resident Evil 1, Metal Gear, like all these cool games that people love that I have nostalgia for. I would just kind of just sit back and watch. But now that I have my own stream, I was like, you know what? Let's do a first playthrough of them. I think it'd be kind of cool. So yeah, nice. So that's what we're gonna be doing. But that's pretty much it for October for me, though. And then whatever comes along in November and then December.
Perfect. Joe?
Right. Well, I don't usually keep up to date with new release games unless it's something that like really stands out. But like just going over this list, I think the ones that really catch my eye are The Evil Within 2. I didn't really play the first one, but I'd seen people play it before. But I'm a pretty big fan of survival horror games, so I might check that one out. The South Park game, what I've heard about that so far, like with the difficulty slider. that alone's gonna make things interesting, I think. But I've been watching someone stream the Stick of Truth recently.
Great game!
And I hadn't played it myself, but it looked really fun from what I saw.
So good.
As for Destiny 2, I never played the first one because I didn't have an Xbox One. But I've seen people playing the beta. That actually looks pretty good. I'm kind of picky when it comes to first-person shooters. Like, they have to kind of be a little unique. But from what I've seen from the beta, at least, it looks like something that I might be able to get behind. Let's see, what else was there? Super Mario Odyssey, I won't be able to play that because Switch issues. But it looks fun, at least. I'll say that. And then Bubsy.
That's what I want to talk about. I know Joe knows about Bubsy.
Well, until you brought it up tonight, I completely forgot that they were making another Bubsy game.
I forgot about that too until I was like, wait, that's on the list for October. Shit. I just thought it just barely got announced like maybe a month or two ago. So I'm like, okay, that's not gonna be out till like next year. But the hell, October, really? All right.
Just came out of left field. I was like, was there even a demand for another Bubsy game? I mean, the
Bubsy 3 is like the greatest game ever, right?
Hey man,
we'll see what. For all we know, it might hit it out the park. Watch it. It's just gonna be surprise everybody out of it.
Who knows, man?
Well, I've seen some of the stuff that they've released about the upcoming Bubsy game. At least it looks better than the games that they had previously released. So I guess that's saying something.
That's a thing. For me, all right. Vi knows I'm a Star Wars nerd as well. I'm gonna be all over that Battlefront 2.
Are we gonna have to get a group together or something?
I think we're gonna make something happen.
It seems like it's headed that route.
Are we gonna have to? No, we're going to, dude.
Okay. I like that response a little bit better.
It's happening. Middle Earth. It's a cool game. It's not for me, man. I've seen people play it. It's not. It's just the play style, and I can't with those types of games. South Park, played the first one like 3 times, loved it. We'll 10 out of 10, and we'll play again. I don't know, man. I bought the WWE game last year. It's fun for what it's worth, man. I don't get into all the online gameplay and stuff. These types of games kind of kind of wear me out real quick. I'll play them for like a month or two and then put them on a shelf. So I'm probably not going to buy that one. Destiny 2 for the PC, I'm all over it. I did not play the beta for Destiny 2 just because I wanted to take it all in when it came out on PC.
Exactly.
I want to take it all in, man. Like I want to see everything for the first time. Anybody, and I made an announcement on Twitter. I'm like, yo, I love all my streaming buddies. Anybody streaming Destiny 2, I'm not watching. I don't want to see it, man. I want to take it all in when I first start playing. And I'll probably start when that drops. I'll probably start No Life in that game. Wolfenstein 2 might be something I could get behind. But other than that, man, I don't have a Switch for Super Mario, so I'll have to watch other people playing it. And other than that, that's the ones that I'm going to be interested in for October. So yeah, we got some other gaming news. Final Fantasy IX remake was announced.
That came out of nowhere, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I would be interested in this, man, because Final Fantasy IX, I enjoyed a lot.
I never had a chance to play 8 or 9.
8 was different. But it was so like coming straight off of 7, one of the best games that they had.
Yeah, see, that's so hard to do, man. Like a follow up to like one of the greatest games. Like it's just like, man, how do you top that?
But it was so like a difference in tone and like, you know, it's just like completely different.
Yeah.
It wasn't well received when it first came out. Years later, people started replaying it and they go, you know what, this game is all right.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's one of those types of things. But when 9 hit, I have 9. I still have the original disc, dude, for PS2.
Did that one come with the double disc as well, right?
Dude, 4, man. 4 discs.
Oh, 4 discs?
Yeah.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
this was still in the CD era, dude. You had to have 4 of them, man. You can't have Blu-rays yet. So yeah, this is something that I would probably get behind. I bought the remaster of 10 on PS4. I keep pointing over here. I keep pointing this way because there's my PS4. But Final Fantasy 10, I played the heck out of when it first came out, and then got the remaster and streamed it again. 9 will probably do the same thing for me. Just good overall game, man. I'd get behind that. Anybody else? Dorian?
I have the original disc of the discs, the low case of Final Fantasy IX. I've beaten that game long time ago. I don't remember 100% of it, but I enjoyed that. Really good, and I know now people can get their hands on this one that's out on the PlayStation 4. And Jake, who was on the last After Hours, he's been on the After Hours before, he's liking it. He's enjoying it. So, great, memorable characters, especially. I'm sure you guys see the VV guy with the long hat. He reminds me of a Jawa in a way.
Yeah,
you know?
That's exactly what I thought it was.
As
a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, I thought it was a Jawa too. I'm like,
he reminds me of Orko from He-Man, dude.
From He-Man.
Yeah, the little Orko dude.
Yeah.
Right there. Good job.
Yeah. So is that something you could get behind, Dorian? You see yourself play this game again, maybe?
I could get myself behind that. Yeah, maybe not on the PS4, because you know me, I've been love just playing everything on the original hardware. I got all that stuff set up here, so I see the disc. I see Final Fantasy VIII right there too, which I didn't ever beat, which I thought was a scary game when I was younger.
It kind of was, yeah.
I just remember you were in a dome or something going on. Maybe it was at the beginning of the game, but there was some spicy monsters. But yeah, see that Final Fantasy, that 9 right there, Zidane. I think that's the main character's name. Yeah, that's a game I could totally play. But before I even play that game, it would be amazing. Jake would just go over the moon. But that Legend of Dragoon, if they ever did a remake, remaster, whatever behind that, or a sequel to that game, because I only got the disc 2 out of disc 4, so probably just under. I was probably halfway done disc 2, so that's a game I want to go back to, which I need to do. But yeah, that Final Fantasy 9, that's some good stuff, and you know, people on the PS4, they can play it and get them trophies too.
Yeah, it's weird though, man. Like remakes and remasters and stuff has come up over and over again on this show, and it's always kind of like a necessary evil at some point in time. To do these remakes and stuff, because one, like, remake, okay, yeah, it's pretty much the same game with a new coat of paint on it, whatever, for us, but for people that didn't have a PS2, man, they're gaming right now, they can go back and play it, for the first time, and then maybe they want to start playing some more Final Fantasy games. They're like, hey, it's pretty good. So, I think it's, kind of along that lines of my feeling on that remaster of that particular game. But JLS, what you think about this, dude?
I never had the pleasure of playing 9 and 8, like I said. I played the original Nintendo game. I don't remember how long ago it's been since I played that one. I must have been just a toddler.
So Final Fantasy 3?
I love Final Fantasy 3. I played that one. One of my favorites. 3, 7, 10, and I played 15, a little bit of 15. I need to finish that one actually. But like, yeah, I was watching Jake. He was streaming it earlier today. I was watching him play 9, and yeah, the characters are pretty cool. Like I like everything so far that I saw. I'll definitely have to look into it a little bit more, or if one of you guys play, then I'll definitely watch. But it's a possibility. I don't want to say no, and I don't want to say yes. But it's a possibility. But
is this an idea that you can get behind, though? Because this game is... when did 9 come out, man? I mean...
2000, right? Like 17 years ago.
Yeah, so remaking or remastering a game...
So you're just talking in general of just remastering games?
Like this particular game, though. Because... Alright. Let's get real. To me, I know everybody has their own perspective, but to me, this is not an old game, man. It's 2 console generations before where we're at now, but it's not like... It seems like a weird move to just randomly go, okay, we're going to do 9.
Maybe it has a following to it. Maybe it was being demanded. We don't know.
When everybody wants the remake of 7, they give us 9.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean? Like what?
Well, I mean, it's different to say remake to remastered. I mean, remastered is they don't have to put in as much work as they do with a remake. A remake is like started from the ground up. Pretty much.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean.
Yeah. And you know what? I think they're doing fine. They're getting us ready for, play these Final Fantasy games. We have other great Final Fantasy games you guys can try out while you wait for 7. So they got a good strategy plan. Honestly, I think it's fine. I can fall behind it. I mean, especially since they're trying to get the younger audience to start playing these games, because once you think about it, man, it's people from my generation and up that only play a lot of role-playing games nowadays. Kids don't really play those games that often. Whenever I see a kid playing an RPG game, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's shocking to me, because most kids nowadays just want to play multiplayer stuff. Because they just want to hop on, play with their friends, and that's it. They're not really playing story-driven games like, we grew up. Because we didn't have, when we grew up, we didn't have, the internet yet, or it was barely coming up to a point where it's just, we didn't have that access or... to more games like that. So we had to play with what we had, right? So replayability for those games were really good at that time. So I'm behind it, man. I don't mind it at all.
But also, to add to that, you're talking about younger people not playing games like that. Those Final Fantasy games, man, you could sink in hours.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hours. And there's not games like that anymore, man.
No, there's games out there. It's just they're not as they don't come out that often. That's the thing.
Not
You know?
not that I mean, because you can legit sink in. I know for a fact that you can sink in 100 hours on Final Fantasy X and not beat it yet. I know that you can do that because I did it.
Yeah.
So, what other game that's story driven that you can spend that much time in and not beat it? Like nowadays, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
few and far between. Maybe
I'd say
Skyrim.
Witcher.
Maybe Skyrim.
All the time in Witcher.
Like, if we're talking about new games, I almost said Kingdom Hearts for a minute, but I was like, wait, that's old as fuck too. Like, I can't say that, but I was like, okay, no. If you're talking about like new games, yeah, I would probably say like Skyrim, The Witcher. Like, I haven't played any of those games yet, but I should get around to it. I heard those games are like 100 hours plus, easy.
I put 103 hours, I think, in Witcher 3, and that's the whole game plus expansions.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just saying, it's not so common anymore, dude. Like you had,
no, definitely not.
You had like every other game on a PS2 that was 4 discs, man. And not really because I mean, part of it was limitations on the amount of data that a disc could hold, but also those games were that big, man.
Well, I mean, the most recent game I can say that I spent that many hours in was probably Zelda Breath of the Wild. Easy.
Right.
Easy. Just like the overall experience. Like, obviously for someone that's played like Skyrim or like The Witcher and stuff, is probably not the same thing, but it is just experience itself. Like, if you're a Zelda fan and stuff, like it was a really great game. Especially because you get sidetracked so much. I remember I did a whole stream just doing side missions and collecting flowers and meat, like stuff that was nothing related to like the main quest. You know what I mean? Like the main quest itself was already like, I don't know, like 50 hours or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but like that game was really good. That was probably the most recent game that I actually put a lot of time into.
Yeah, I mean Skyrim, you can actually beat the main storyline very quickly.
Yeah,
if you
focus just on it. Yeah,
but like also
even as the first playthrough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. If you don't deviate.
Yeah,
but there's always they give you plenty of opportunities to go off the beaten track.
Quests just like to pop
and then,
up.
Like 2 hours later, you're like, wait, how did I end up here?
I'm waiting for that Switch version for that game. Like, I know I can just buy the PC version and stuff like that, but I honestly just want to do it for shits and giggles and play the Switch version. Because I know it comes with like Link's tunic and you can get all this cool little Nintendo stuff for DLC. I'm like, might as well do it on there.
Vi, what you think about this, dude?
So here's my Final Fantasy IX experience. I'm like probably 13, 14, just got a PS1. And I remember the guy at the EB Games here in Canada's GameStop in the States. He was telling me about this Final Fantasy IX and how it's like the best game ever. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, I'll pick it up. I'll jump on this. So I got it over there. I bring it home. I play it for a bit. I would say this is probably the first like JRPG I've ever played. I can safely say that because I didn't know what I was getting into. I'm a guy that just I want the story. I just want to get the meat of the story. Can't do that in that game, man. I was not aware of like the grind feature. So I got to like it's very early in the game. I don't know if anyone here who remembers. There's like some ice caverns. I got destroyed like 10 times in a row. I didn't know what was going on, so I put the game down. Haven't played it since. So that's my experience. Final Fantasy IX. I've been watching Jake play it, and all these years later, I'm like, damn, this is a good game. So maybe I'll go back to it. I don't know. Now you're saying remake. Is this? Are they coming out with a remake like they're doing with 7, or is it just this PS4 port?
As far as I know, it's just a remaster. As far as I know.
I think it's just a remaster.
We're just talking about the. Okay. So yeah, maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't mind checking it out. I definitely did not give it its due back when I was a kid. Yeah, I might look back into it. I like it. I like that they're putting the old games out. I love it.
Yeah.
Keep giving it to me. I'm hoping Switch will start putting like GameCube games on there.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
That's what we've been waiting for a while now.
Yeah.
It's like, man, just do it already.
Just give it to me. I'll buy them all, man.
Yeah.
That would be
A Rogue
dope,
Leader, exactly.
Ooh, that was a good game too.
for sure.
Like Bubsy. I had Bubsy 2 on Game Boy. On this brick, I played Bubsy 2.
Oh man, he brought it out.
I'd love to see it come back.
That's
I love
perfect.
it. Yeah.
Joe, Final Fantasy fan?
I'm probably one of the few gamers that actually doesn't have very much Final Fantasy experience. The only game that I've actually played was Final Fantasy Mystic Quest for the Super Nintendo. And that wasn't even a main game, it was one of the side games.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that one. I think if I was going to go and get into the series, like really into the series, I'd probably try to do it proper and go back to the beginning, just like play through from start to finish just as best I could, because I know a lot of those earlier games are getting up there in price at least. But in terms of the remake, I think I can kind of get behind that, because like you were saying, it would bring more newer generations to the series potentially. But as far as that goes, I mean, that's specifically for Final Fantasy IX. That's pretty much all that I can say about that. But I can say similarly, because it kind of lines up. Like my favorite survival horror game, Resident Evil 2, is actually getting a proper remake, which is coming out at the start of next year. And I'm actually really looking forward to that one. So I know how they remade the first game. It was amazing. It's like a lot of people's favorite in the series now. So if they can still do that with the second game, I'll be rocking my socks off on that one.
Let me ask you a question. I don't mean to cut you off, Joe.
Go for it.
Since you're like, survival horror fan, would you be upset if they made the mechanics to where it's like what's the most recent ones?
Resident Evil 7?
6? No, the other one. God,
You mean like the third person
Revelations?
shooter?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Revelations.
Like if they made the control scheme like Revelations, or like Resident Evil 4, or would you want it to be like more like the tank style from like 1 and 2?
Well, the tank style is classic. I mean,
right.
I think the only real reason that people actually still like that is just for the sake of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only reason I would like that. But I think if they handled the controls the way that they did for the first remake, that would probably be well, at least in my opinion, be best.
Right.
Like I like what they did with Resident Evil 7 and the whole new style of gameplay, but at the same time, it's just a different kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they're gonna remake Resident Evil 2, they'd have to kind of sort of stick to the same style without deviating too far from it.
Yeah, I feel like 7 could have been something else. Like that game could have been named something else. It just had that Resident Evil brand on it, and then the cameo, and that was it.
Could have been like a spin-off, right?
Yeah, right. Like it could have been its own little side story or whatever. Because it really just had that brand name, and it was a different game. It was a different experience. I mean, it wasn't the first Resident Evil first-person shooter, but it was one. It was a lot better this time around.
At least it wasn't on the rails or anything like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Resident Evil 2 on Nintendo 64?
Oh God, I don't think I played that version.
That's how I had it.
Ooh.
And that game with that controller is not a good match, man.
That sounds rough with that controller.
Yeah.
It was rough going.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I loved 64 had some great games in it, but that controller was terrible, dude.
Yeah, it did not fit that game.
Mario Party Palms remembers.
Yeah.
That controller was whack, dude. There was buttons and joysticks all over the place, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think the
Stuff
controller
stuff on
for
the
that-
back, stuff on the back of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the controller though was probably the least of the problems with that port of the game. Because I mean, they only had so much space to work with, so I heard they had to like completely omit music in places. Other content got cut from the game that Sounds like a big mess.
Yes,
it's
like a diluted version of 2, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's good for a collectible item, I guess, but I wouldn't want it for anything else.
It's been sitting on the shelf for years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was your take on the remakes, Joe? I'm sorry I had to cut you off. I get sidetracked with that topic. I just wanted to ask you that. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like I'm all for remakes, so long as they're actually done properly. Like, I'd hate to see a game get up to bat for a remake and then just kind of have it half-assed, just so whoever owns the rights for the game is just kind of cash grabbing at it. But like I said, the way that they handled the remake for the first Resident Evil, if they continue with that, it's going to be amazing. But as far as the Final Fantasy series goes, it kind of seems like what they're doing, since they're not remaking Final Fantasy VII right away, maybe they're just remaking or remastering, I'm not sure which one, Final Fantasy IX, just to kind of test it, to see what they can do with it, to see what the gaming community, how they interpret it, how they receive it, and then maybe after they determine that from the Part 9, they'll go back to Part 7 and actually flesh that out some more.
So here's an idea that just popped in my head. So I'm gonna take a page out of Hollywood on this one, and Vi probably knows. All right,
Maybe.
before George Lucas made the prequels to Star Wars.
Okay.
Okay.
You just made me cringe, man.
No, listen. I think it's a really good point. He re-released the first 3, right?
In theaters,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I remember going to those.
I
So-
remember going to those too.
So everybody went to see him. He got that money all over again, right?
We'll get them again too if you put them out again.
Then, but then he had money. He had that money to put towards making the new movies he was doing, right? And he was gearing up to do that again before he sold it, because Episode 1 was released in 3D in theaters, and then Episode 2 and 3 were not. He was gearing up to do it again, but then he sold it. I can guarantee you that's what was going on. But then you you do a remaster. Hey, let's do a remaster of 10. People bought that stuff. Let's do 9. People bought that stuff. So now they're generating, I mean, not to say that they're broke, but they're generating money to put forth to the new project. Maybe Square. I'm onto you, Square.
I think honestly, I think Square's doing fine, man. They haven't been what's the last bad game they released?
Yeah, not to say they make bad games, and not to say they're going broke, but that's just, I mean, that's a smart trend, man.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, but anybody, honestly, let's be honest here. Nintendo, out of everybody, should be putting out remakes and remasters, because they have a lineup of games that they could just do a whole remaster of, that people would just eat it up, man. All the Legend of Zelda games, the classic ones, they can do a remake, like HD remake of Super Metroid. People will buy the shit out of that too. Mario Kart 64 HD with online, people would buy that shit up too. Like, you know what I mean? Out of everybody that should be doing it, it's Nintendo. For like Square and like PlayStation doing this stuff, like it's they don't need to, but they're doing it for the fans, man. And you know, they did that. They did an amazing job with Crash, man. Like, I thought that was awesome. It's, I mean, obviously, yes. Bye. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Some still had trouble with them. I had a little trouble with the game as well, but you know, some of us still have nostalgia for it because you know we grew up with those stuff. Same thing. Like I mean, I want them to come out with more remastered stuff. I want to see a Crash Team Racing remastered, or you know, I just really got into the Jack and Daxter series. I just beat 1 recently, dude. I missed out on that. That was so good. Like, I would love to see like remasters of the first 3 Jack games or something in HD. So you know, it's not bad. They're just doing it for the fans, honestly. I don't think Sony or or Square Enix is struggling, or they don't need that money to put it into other games, because they're coming out with some good stuff right now, man. They got the remake, they got Kingdom Hearts 3, and then they also have, you know, the Life is Strange that just came out, new one. That's pretty good. And they just announced a few months ago that they're doing the whole Avengers game. Like, that's like, what? That came out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? Like, I wonder what the hell the game is gonna play like. Like, I don't know, but like, yeah, they're doing fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll make the same comment that I always make when we talk about remakes. Can we get a remake of Parasite Eve Square, please? Anyway,
That'd be nice.
Love that game.
That's a close. That's a classic one, dude.
Love that.
I haven't heard that
game.
name in a while.
Love that freaking game, dude.
Yeah.
I have the original discs with the strategy guide.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a thing. All right. So also up on the blip on the radar, gaming news is we got a trailer for a new Tomb Raider movie. Anybody see the trailer?
Yeah, I seen the trailer.
I have not.
All right, three versus two. So historically, video games that get turned into movies, not so great. Historically,
Mm.
they're trying to, I guess, not really reboot the franchise, but breathe new life into it. Right? They want to try to get people excited about all this, you know, Tomb Raider stuff again. The trailer looked pretty good. Of course, all trailers look good, but whatever. I mean, they do.
I got pretty baited on the Assassin's Creed. Yeah. I got pretty baited on the Assassin's Creed trailer. Went to see the movie. Oh my god.
You know what it was, man? It was a really good actor, but the
cast was amazing.
Yeah.
They had a great cast. Anyway, Tomb Raider.
See, I think the problem is overall that people don't take that stuff too seriously, man. When they make
source
a movie
material.
out of it. Yeah, they really.
I like in the trailer they had the one money shot of that she had like her two deagles. I like that. She had like the outfit from the 2016 or 20 whenever the game came out, the remake. I like that they had that in there. The story seems like it could be interesting. It's just a matter of waiting to see when it comes out.
You know what it is? It's like I kind of want to see more video game shows than movies.
I'd love a Netflix series.
See, like a Netflix series of game shows. The only reason why is because they're trying to cram so much source into 2 hours or an hour and 30 minutes that it just ends up looking like crap. We're just like, but what was this at? What was this? What does it mean by this? Like, for us, we know, like, if we play the video game, we know the characters, we know the lore, so we don't have to. But, like, for, like, random people, like, new audience, they're like, what the hell did I just watch? Mm-hmm. It was the same thing with the World of Warcraft movie.
I was about to mention that.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I was
about to mention that.
It was cool. I was a little lost to some of the characters, and then I talked to a few buddies of mine that have been playing World of Warcraft since day one. They told me, "Oh my god, you know, did you see this character, like, you know, this character's from this expansion or whatever it might have been." I'm like, all right, like, I was so lost, you know what I mean? So for me, it was an okay movie. For like a random like audience, like someone that just go watch this movie, they're probably lost as hell, dude. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like they need to do it with like shows and seasons so they can take their time with it and just have, you know, more of their they can fit in more information about, like, you know, the lore with all those stuff. Because if they keep doing these movies, man, they're just, it's tough, dude. It's tough to actually make it as entertaining at the same time, keep everybody like informed with, okay, this character's this, and, you know, this is the story. Because they movies, video game movies have a track record, man. The only ones I can honestly say that I enjoyed were Mortal Kombat 1 and
had to specify the one.
Yeah. Say the one. And I think, for shits and giggles, I'm going to say the Super Mario Brothers movie only for nostalgia. It
Whoa.
was not a good movie.
Whoa.
Only for nostalgia.
I have a few things to say. I know.
Only for nostalgia.
What about that Doom movie? What y'all think?
Because
about
just
that?
the fact that they made a Super Mario movie was live action too is just like, what?
I was gonna talk. I was just gonna mention about the Super Mario Brothers because I remember I coming off of playing the Mario games, and we still have the movie on VHS, and Mario Luigi, you get the power jump shoes and the little, I don't know, the little bomb little guys, and the fungus everywhere, all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was. There was a lot of
Mario or something in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that wasn't canon, man. In that,
it was interesting.
Well, I mean, to be fair, back then they didn't really have much to work with. They had a 2D side-scrolling game, with mushrooms and turtles,
and they're just trying to make it more I guess try to put a live-action adaptation to the actual, a cartoony game like that. Yeah, it's pretty hard. But I was just happy that Yoshi made it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Even if you looked weird as hell,
it was
Yoshi made it.
It's like a throwaway prop Jurassic Park.
I know we're kind of I'm deviating from the Tomb Raider. I'll have a few things to say about that, but a movie that might be all right, and again, I could totally see it in the TV series, as you mentioned there, Jimmy, and having played the Uncharted games.
Oh yeah,
I can see that being a perfect little few seasons for television. But they are doing a movie, and it's the actor that played as the Spider-Man in the newest Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I don't know how I feel about that yet. That's what
I heard. And
I'm gonna stay optimistic.
For what movie? Sorry, what franchise?
Uncharted.
He'd be Nathan Drake.
Uncharted. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the actor who played as the new Spider-Man.
Seems young.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that unless they're starting off with his younger days, and as he gets older and stuff. But I mean, it could work. It could work. Yeah. If any movies that could work, that were video games, it would probably be Tomb Raider and Uncharted, because they're basically spin-offs of Indiana Jones movies. Just different ones. I like the first one. I didn't like the second one.
Trail of Life was a little out there. First one was, did it have a tagline? Or was it just Tomb Raider?
It was just Tomb Raider.
The second one was Cradle of Life, wasn't it?
Yeah, where they go after Pandora's box. I watched him as a kid, so of course I was into it. But I remember see Black 072. He's talking about Doom. We rented that one night. We loved it. You get that first person going. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's probably where they spent most of their budget.
Yeah, for that one scene, that one
right
sequence.
There. What do you think about this Tomb Raider, Joe? This
I didn't watch the trailer. I saw little screenshots of it. I remember the Angelina Jolie movies. Sadly. Well, I think those movies were basically just a cheap excuse for her to be scantily clad, because that's what all the teenage boys wanted to see, so they figured that would sell the tickets. And
be in the seat.
and because Lara Croft in the original PS1 games, that was I guess part of the main drive with those triangle boobs. But I think if they were to do it legitimately, maybe follow the more recent Tomb Raider games for inspiration. I honestly haven't played those either. I just got finished trying to play the first three.
I remember. Good stuff.
Kind of lost on the third one. But I think if they follow those as a model and just try to not follow it and make it be a generic action movie, if they actually try to make it substantial, then it'll probably work. At least a lot better than the first two movies. But like you were saying, how it would be better as a show instead of a movie. I definitely agree with that. Netflix this past year just recently released the Castlevania anime. Where it was 4 episodes, but like I think that's the way that you'd have to do it with that series. Because as much as I'd like to see a live-action Castlevania movie or show, it's just much more practical to do it animated because there's so much stuff that you'd have to do effects for, and it's just way easier to just draw
it probably just wouldn't look right either in live action form.
Yeah,
because you would have cheap effects in a movie like that. It would just look stupid.
Well, I don't know. I think like some directors, a very few directors would be able to pull it off. Like Guillermo del Toro, he would probably be able to pull it off pretty well. But he might be like one of the only ones. And I think he was actually in talks of directing it when they were actually talking about doing the live action movie. But like I said, I'm glad that they decided to do the anime instead. I just wish they'd done more of it.
Right.
Can we talk about how Resident Evil got away with making 7 movies?
Jesus.
I haven't seen the last one.
I haven't seen the latest.
How, man?
Dude,
was there an actual audience for that shit? Like, after the first one, I was so salty, man. I was like, where the fuck is the mansion? Like, like I saw the mansion for like a minute, and that was it. And then everything was just underground and lasers. And oh my god, man, I was so upset.
I still need to see the last one. I've seen the
I'll have to admit, I have seen every one of these movies.
Yeah, I've seen all but the last one. I need to like.
I also own a few of them. The first game. The first movie. I liked. I think it stayed as true to the story of the game that it could as a movie.
Yeah.
Because like you said, man, a lot of people, if people don't know what's going on, man, they just get lost. So you kind of, you can't just retell the story.
I mean, to be fair, that the first one we didn't really follow anything from the game that much.
Was it
like the main character isn't in the games, right?
Yeah, the main character's not even.
Was it the first? Was it the first one or the second one? That it might have been the second one that started exactly like the game does, like walking down the street and walking down the street and there's like wrecked cars all over the place.
That was
Nemesis.
Yeah, Apocalypse.
Second one was definitely more bearable to watch than all the other ones, in my opinion.
If I was to put any movie on from that series, it'd be the second.
The Vegas one was alright too. I actually enjoyed it.
That desert one where she's Extinction.
That was the third one,
yeah.
But now, I mean, now they just stop making them, dude.
They said that they're gonna reboot them. I don't know. They actually want to, make them.
What does that mean?
Scary. You know what I mean? But like I said, something like a game like that or a Final Fantasy or Legend of Zelda should be shows, because then they could take their time with the writing. It would actually be really, really good.
Build up the backstory and all the good stuff.
Yeah,
that's good though, man. They should do that. Get on somebody who's.
Like people were talking about The Witcher. That's getting a Netflix series.
Yeah.
Really? I think that's gonna be beautiful.
There.
The Witcher.
Witcher.
So yeah. Movies. I mean that The Last of Us movie, man.
See, I could totally see that being a TV show too, because there's that game it has so much going on, like the chemistry betwine Ellie.
I want to see it get rushed.
Yeah.
Just really don't want to see it get rushed.
2.5 hours. Yeah, I just feel like the game does it so well that the movie of like, let's say 2.5 hours, it just can't capture all that. So shows, it will get there.
That movie gives me hope though, because the writers of the story of the game is actually helping with the movie. Now how much the movie studio will actually listen to them, who knows? But just that little gem of information gave me hope on that movie. So yeah. All right, so we'll see how the movie does when it comes out, and probably revisit this at a later date. So some more going on with news, man. PUBG, the PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, has surpassed Dota 2 as the most active played game in terms of audience-wise, like active playing members of people is #1 on Steam, man.
Wow.
So active, like, I'm probably saying this really bad. The amount of people playing it at the same time, right? Concurrent players, however you want to do it. And it's crazy, man, because this game is still in early access. It seems like this game came out of nowhere. Everybody started playing it, except for JLS.
Aren't a lot of like those multiplayer shooters that come out on Steam, like, don't they stay in beta for like the longest time? Like, isn't H1Z1 still in beta?
Yeah,
that's it.
Actually, I don't know if I would even use the word beta. It's just early access. Like beta, I feel like it's like, hey, Star Wars Battlefront beta, they're by. The game's
you get one weekend.
I think it's just their excuse for like, if there's any bugs with the game, it's like, oh, it's still in beta, so
yeah,
no,
we're in beta.
How long can you use that excuse? It's been 3 years. What the hell?
We're still in beta. Calm down.
I mean, they might be complacent too, because I mean, they've got all this popularity and all these people playing it, and they might just be thinking, well, why do a finalized release when we just leave it in early access and people still play it?
Yeah. Well, I have a early access game that I bought, like, I don't know, 3 years ago. It's still in early access. So you tell me.
But I'll be honest with you though, man. Okay, this is coming from a viewer's perspective, like myself. I can't really watch H1Z1 like at all. Like, as much as I love the streamer, I'll watch him for him, but I can't watch that game. That game is just a snooze fest for me, man. Like, it's just not entertaining for me. PUBG, on the other hand, I can actually watch it. Like, it's all right. Like, it's cool, especially when people actually play with each other.
Yeah.
It's a lot more entertaining to watch people play with each other. Work with each other. It's definitely really cool. I haven't had the chance of playing it yet. I will though. Now that I just recently built a new PC, so I'm excited.
That PUBG, let's go.
Definitely tackle it for a little bit.
So, okay, JLS, as an outsider, you've never played this game, correct? What do you think, like, why do you think, like, this game had a meteoric rise and now it's, like, the most played game on Steam? From the gameplay that you've seen. Like, what is it about, like, all the people that want to play this game?
I can tell you one of the main reasons is because of Twitch. Watching some of these personalities, play it, that it made them want to play it themselves. I mean, that's the whole reason why Twitch kind of almost exists, right? Is to watch other people play games that you yourself probably wouldn't buy, but then you end up liking it by watching this person play. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna play that myself now. I can't tell you a handful of times how many people have told me that they bought a Nintendo Switch or a Wii U just to play Mario Kart with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, imagine, like, in me, my audience, I'm not that big of a streamer, right? Like, on a good day, I average 100. Like, on a good day. On a regular day, 50, 60 viewers or whatever. But, like, imagine someone on the caliber of some of these bigger streamers that pull in, like, thousands and stuff. Oh, my goodness. Like, of course. Like, they can definitely promote the hell out of a game, and if they are enjoying themselves or if they're playing with friends or whatever, people want that same experience that streamer's having. So it's definitely that's probably one of their main reasons why it's doing so well as well.
Joe, what do you think about this PUBG taking over, man?
Well, I gotta admit, like, before I played it, I was seeing all these other people playing it, streaming it, and I was like, well, I mean, it just seems like a first-person shooter to me. But then I played it, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I think a lot of it has to do with it's just chaos, and you have to react to it. And there's always random variables. Like, from the very beginning, you gotta drop just somewhere on the map, and you got to deal with whoever else might have to be dropping next to you. So it's just stuff like that that's always keeping you on your toes. And then you also have to think about, well, I've also got to better myself, get the gear, work with the gear that I find, and make it work for me. So it's basically just using whatever you can find, whatever random variables just happen to work out for you, and just trying to get to that chicken dinner. So I like how it's not predictable. And I know that there was mentions about having, like, character levels up and weapon specializations. I don't really know how I feel about that if they decide to go that route, because I think that kind of takes away from that chaos, and it gives people like advantages somehow. But yeah, I can definitely see how it's grown in popularity, especially with the additions they're starting to make to it.
For sure. I was the same way. I saw people stream it. I'm like, oh, this looks all right. I pick it up, and I played it, and it's like you said, man. It's random. Like, you're doing the same thing in the game, in my opinion. Like, every time you play, you're doing the same thing. You're trying to find the loot. You're trying to, avoid people, or you're trying to find people to shoot them. However your play style is. But it's not the same game every time you play. All the different variables that you spoke of, dude. Like, where's the circle going to be? Where am I going to jump at? Can I find the vehicle? Because the circle's too far away from me. There's so much stuff going on. And it's one of those games like, oh, man, dude, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I got time for one more. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Nah, I don't need to sleep tonight.
Yeah, dude. Like, I gotta be at work in 5 hours. Let's play again. But it's, I don't know, man. It's almost one of those things where you're like, to me, I'm almost playing against myself versus 99 other people. Because, like, if you make one tiny mistake in that game, you're done, man. You're done. It's over. Yeah. You get that better luck next time screen. So, and then that's just the solo aspect of it, man. Then you get all the other people, in with you. You get the squads going. And multiplayer with people that man, that's just it takes on another level on its own, man. It just keeps going. And Twitch, I'm on board with what Jayles said. Twitch has popularized this game because you don't see ads on the TV, man. Hey, come get this chicken dinner.
That's right.
You don't see
a bunch of confused people saying, "I thought it was a video game."
Yeah, right. And now, like, nowadays, like, I can't watch ESPN right now without seeing a Destiny 2 commercial. But I don't see that PUBG commercial. But I think, in terms of early access, like we talked about this, here's what I think they're doing right. They're constantly telling the community what they're doing, what they plan on doing next, what they got coming up for the future, right? They're really good. Some of these early access games, you get it, you're like, oh, this is whatever. But the developer is not really in touch with the community to let you know what's going on and, all this other stuff. And I think they are really good at letting people know. Sometimes, they do kind of updates real quick and you don't really know, like, oh shit, there's an update in 30 minutes? I gotta play a game, man. But
seems as of recently, like there's been a lot more developers like being a lot more vocal with their audience, like their community, like for the game. Obviously, this is a totally different game, but as an example, like Friday the 13th, the people that are making the game, like they're very vocal with the audience and letting us know what's going on. With like the updates, patches, new maps, content, and all that stuff. And I think we're heading into an era where people or developers are gonna have to start doing that, man.
Yeah.
Or else people are gonna start ditching their games.
So you think it's the smaller?
I mean, to be honest with you, H1Z1 was up there until PUBG come out. That was it. Like people still play H1Z1, but at the same time, I feel like PUBG is the better game right now.
Well, it's the same. It's the same guy behind all of it, right?
Yeah. Well, didn't he? I think he used to work with H1, and then he left, and then he did that one.
He also modded Arma, a similar type of way, and made it a battle royale game. He modded that, and then the H1Z1 was, he did that, and then he broke out on his own. He went with what is it, Bluehole, I think they're called. But I think it's these smaller, like EA or somebody like this. They're gonna do whatever they want to do, man. But these smaller guys, this guy was a modder. He wasn't a game developer.
Right.
And now he's the face of the game, man. Like, he's telling everybody what's going on. So I think he's like just a regular dude that's making a game. So I think he's got a different mindset. Like, hey, we got, you know, I need to tell the people what's going on, what I got in store for them, you know. Whereas a big company, they're like, we made this thing, go buy it, you know. But I hope it's a trend that continues, like you said, like these people, you know, letting us know what's going on with the games, and you know, it'd be great. I know that Dorian plays some PUBG. What do you think about that PUBG, Dorian?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't want to get the what was that game called? That game you're excited for, Soulfus?
Don't do it.
What was that game called again?
Oh,
the one that was promised so many things.
No Man's crap.
Yeah, well, didn't it get an update recently?
You know what? Here's the thing about No Man's Sky. I think it was a victim of itself. All of the things that they promised, like 90% of them are now in the game.
Right.
And that game was released.
How long?
That game was released way too early. The game was released way too early. I think whoever was publishing it put a timeline on those guys. Like, hey, we got all this stuff going on. You know, we spent X much money in press. We need that money back. You know, I think they got pressured into it, man.
Yeah, could possibly.
I strongly believe that's what happened, because 90, like legit 90%.
They probably saw the audience's reaction to the game and they're like, okay, we need to put this out now. Type of deal.
Yeah,
90% of the stuff that they promised is in the game now. The only thing that's not in the game is the multiplayer aspect. But you can build a base, you can do all this stuff now.
Now, yeah, but like it's already lost its hype and people already abandoned it pretty much.
Actually, it actually has a decent audience. People went back to it.
Okay.
Believe it or not. But I mean, I've played the updates just to see what's up with it, but I haven't really gotten full-fledged back into it. But yeah, Dorian, that PUBG hype, man. What you got?
I think I still have my thought here. It wasn't related to PUBG, but we were talking about I think we were talking about some interesting games, and you know, just we ever played. I have to bring this up. That Star Wars Clone Wars from the Wii.
Oh God.
I've never played that.
I got that game for 50 cents. It's not worth more than 50 cents. If you pay 51 cents, you're getting ripped off. 50 cents, you're doing okay. I don't know why I brought that up. It was something about the PUBG. But yeah, no. To build off what you were saying there, Jimmy, absolutely. The advertising for PUBG, when either one of us are streaming it or just streams in general, it gets the word out. It's impressive how fast just 1, 2, maybe a few people just streaming the game, something new, never seen it before on Twitch. It starts off like it starts out into like a small low fire, and then it turns into something massive. Yeah. And this fire, I don't think it's gonna be going out anytime soon. H1, whoa. PUBG was the extinguisher to it, because I remember lots of people playing H1 non-stop. For myself, I actually bought the H1 game when it used to be both of them. Now they sell it separate. And I was enjoying the game. And how I got into PUBG was that Jetmaker, where Vi and I were just chatting. I think it was after Vi's stream or something.
Yeah, we were playing H1.
Yeah, and that Jetmaker 96 and Apollo were like, hey, you guys should totally try this game out. And I watched them play, and it looks a lot of fun. And of course, Apollo and Jet, they do some questionable things in that PUBG. Like, yeah, you guys should totally play it. And I'm like, $40? I don't know. Like, I'd rather save that up for something else, another game in particular. And then all of a sudden, Jet just comes out and gifts the game. And I'm like, whoa. And he did that same thing for 5. I'm like, whoa, Jet, what are you doing? And he's like, here you go. I'm like, all right, let's play. And we downloaded it. We played, I think, a couple games, and we're like, whoa, this is actually pretty fun. And yeah, I think PUBG, with how they're communicating with their audience through the Steam forums, from the PUBG Reddit, Twitter, they are very vocal about their game, and they love hearing the feedback. And even when people, you know, break the rules, the terms and service of that game, they do not, you know, give a hall pass. I know we discussed about this a while back. With, someone was
Dr. Disrespect.
I think he made a new Steam account to get past that. But yeah, his original account, you know, he team killed his partner, and they take that very seriously. So you report it. You don't want to be doing such things. But yeah, no, what they're doing with the game, I've been enjoying it. I haven't streamed it once. I've been playing with that Vi there, with that Joe, and Sulfus. We've all been playing it together. But yeah, that game continues to do well. And you know, back to the original topic, that game just, yeah, it's the #1 most played game, I think, for concurrent players on Steam, which is...
Isn't it most viewed on Twitch now, too? Did it beat...
I think it's probably within the top 5, with like League of Legends,
so it's not
Dota,
#1 yet.
World of Warcraft, or I think Hearthstone, Counter-Strike, you know, some of those games up there. But it's crazy that how many people on my friend list, when I log into Steam, I see the notifications in the right corner. Player unknown battlegrounds. Player unknown battlegrounds. Player unknown. Like, I know you. You're playing that. I might have to play.
I know when we started, because I stream PUBG every Wednesday, right? Ever since Jet gave it to us. The first time I did that, it was just me, you, Jet, and Apollo. I think on the first PUBG Wednesday, playing that game. And since then, every week, someone else has bought it. Last week, Turkey bought it right there. He's in chat. He played last week. I know Beak picked it up. So many people within the community since we've done that have now picked it up and come into play every Wednesday. And that's on a much smaller scale, but I'm seeing the growth of the game just by all the community buying it up.
Yeah.
That's growing.
Yeah,
showing.
The game is insane. And another thing, every time I only play it once a week on Wednesdays. Every time I log into the game, there's a new weapon. There's a new update. There's something new that wasn't there last week I played. There's always some changes, which I like. It keeps it fresh. They know what they're doing over there.
Yeah. They're doing good jobs, man. And also, it almost has kinda, like when World of Warcraft was really huge and like everybody and their mom was playing it, right? And they had like I don't know what 16 million subscribers or something like this when its heyday in the second expansion. Like, people were playing this game because their friends were playing it. It almost has the same effect on this PUBG, like you kind of mentioned there. It's like just exponential growth right now because everybody's playing it, everybody's talking about it, you know. And that's what kind of happened. Like, I had a friend of mine who had the game, but he really didn't play it a whole lot. And then I started talking to him about it, and he's like, yeah, I got that game, I really haven't played it. I was like, dude, we should play sometime. And now every time you log on, like the Dorian said, you look down there and he's playing it. And then we got, you know, and then we got other friends that bought it because we got it. And, you know, that's just here at home, man. That's like, you know, 3 other people besides me that bought it. Not necessarily because I was playing it, but because everybody was playing it, you know. It's like, oh, you guys are playing this game? Well, I'm going to buy it, you know.
And it's an easy to pick up game as well. It's not like it's all that hard to jump into it. You know, you got to learn some basics. But once you get over that, like Turkey, his first night playing last week, he got chicken dinner.
First game?
No.
I think it was third. First game had the crossbow smoke grenade incident,
right?
The
first game he had some issues, but we moved through that.
Yeah.
And we got that turkey dinner, as we like to call it.
Not related to PUBG, but like I've been playing Battlefront on my Mondays and Rainbow Six Siege on Tuesdays. For example, Battlefront. More people have bought that game. That game was on sale for like $5. And also the season pass is free, or was free. I'm not sure still.
Oh, man, that's another topic because some people were getting upset about that. That the fact that the expansion was free and some people paid for that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they were pretty mad about that.
Yeah. So I've seen people like just from my own broadcast where people would buy the game Battlefront. Like I was like, hey, it's $5. I'm like, $5? You serious? Oh, it's $4 American. It's $5 Canadian. Oh, that's even a better deal. Let me get on that. And also with Rainbow Six Siege, I've had a similar, and I love playing with people that that want to buy it because they saw it through me or saw it from you, Jimmy, or Vi, Joe, Solfus. Yeah. It's just amazing because it makes that experience, from my experience, it makes it even that much better. Like, all right, let's suit up there, Vi, game that Battlefront. Even though we got hounded with the matchmaking, but it was fun, getting everyone together, and also Rainbow Six. It's amazing how us as content creators, broadcasters, we just want to play a game, and we have a wonderful community. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, another one got that PUBG, another one. I remember on your channel there were people, Beak, Rambo, Bun.
A lot of first chicken dinners happened.
Gamer, he recently bought that game. It's just it's the power of just us having some fun and some laughs, and maybe Turkalicious. Maybe you can do. Maybe we'll find a multiplayer or something like everyone wants to play. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's good. They're gonna release new maps, different things.
Single player campaign.
I don't know, man. Hopefully new game modes. Those custom zombie game modes are pretty interesting to watch, man. I'm hoping they'll release like an official version of that.
For what?
PUBG, man.
There's custom zombies on that?
Okay, so the way it works is there are streamers who are actually partnered with PUBG.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the ability to create a custom lobby.
Okay.
All right. So what they do is they squad people up. So you got a group of 4 people, basically.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, and everything is like, there's no official game mode. They just kind of, made it up, and it's all kind of agreed upon that this is how we're going to play the game. So 4 people are squatted up. They jump on one side of the island. All 96 of the other people jump on the other side of the island, right? The 4 people scavenge around, get all the guns, whatever they can find. The other 96 people, they all strip down naked. They do not loot weapons, and they chase after the 4 people and try to kill them with just punching them. And it's called like zombie mode. So
what's funny?
It's 4 versus 96.
I don't know if you guys ever played Halo 2. Any of you guys play Halo 2?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I played Halo 2 I played Halo since I was a kid. So, but in Halo 2, zombies was created on there. In my opinion, that's where it got its start.
Yeah.
There was a mode that some random people just made where everybody had energy swords and 2 people had to just, only use your shotguns.
Yeah.
That was like the OG version of zombies. This sounds like zombies on crack. Like that sounds like fun.
It is, dude, because you can like there are videos on YouTube you literally see like 30 people just punching a Jeep. And people are trying to drive away, and the vehicles have a damage bar, so they actually, punch the vehicle to death. It's funny, dude. Like it's but like it's just agreed upon in a private lobby. Like, okay, this is how we're gonna play it, And they just and somehow 100 people agree to it and actually follow the rules, and it's hilarious to watch, man.
Yeah. That's cool. I like whenever a community can come together and make their own game mode like that.
That's but you got to think about that. Okay, what's the party size on Siege, Dorian? Like, how many people can you play?
5, I think.
Max players in one squad is 5.
Okay, so you got you and 4 other people, right?
Yeah.
You imagine like if you had the audience, you'd be like, okay, the next 99 people in queue are gonna play with me. You can create your own lobby in PUBG and it has 100 people that can play. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. How great is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so we'll see what PUBG goes. All the updates that they're doing. I'm sure we won't hear the last out of this game. They're good.
No.
They're doing good stuff, man. All right, we're gonna move over to a topic of, it's kind of a hot button when Destiny 2 came out. We're going to talk about it. The microtransaction in games. Now,
What's that?
Huh? What happened?
I was gonna
What?
say, is that in Destiny now? Microtransactions?
It is.
It is.
It is. It is a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I see. Yeah.
All right.
That
so,
wasn't in 1, right?
Kinda. But they went on a different direction. Destiny 2 did.
Okay. I haven't played Destiny since Vanilla 1.
Right.
Like when it first came out, before any update. I played a little bit of it on the Xbox. And then I stopped playing it. And then the second one, I want to play it, but I want to play it on the PC.
Right. That's what I'm waiting on PC as well.
I had no idea that it had microtransactions. So is it like pay to win transactions, like where it gives you an advantage, or just cosmetics?
All right. So Destiny 2. All right. So you played the first one, right? You played the first Destiny, correct? JDS?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you had the shaders, right? You equip the shader, it changes the color of your armor or whatever.
Right.
All right. In Destiny 2, the shaders work like this. Each piece of equipment has to have a shader to change the color of said equipment. And then if you take that shader off and use a different shader, said shader is no longer usable. Right? So you used to collect shaders in Destiny, and you could swap them out and
use whenever you want.
Whatever.
Right?
So now basically, if you want, to match, my color scheme on the game was black and white. So I had the black and white, and I had the reverse of that where it was white and black, and I would just swap according to whatever I felt like. But each, like the helmet, the chest, everything's going to have different shader. And if you want to change that, you got to get, whatever color scheme you want to go with for your whole loot set.
Mm-hmm.
Those drop in random, it's a random drop, so you never know what color shader you're going to get. Or you can buy them with that real money. All right, so we're going to get into microtransactions like as a whole.
Okay.
Right? And how, personally, I have a lot of things to say about microtransactions. But I'm going to let everybody else talk about it for a couple of reasons. First reason being, like I said, I have a lot of things to talk about on microtransactions.
He's ready.
Because I'm the one that brought this topic up in the thread. These guys can tell you in the DMs. I brought this up like 3 weeks ago, man. I'm ready to talk about this. I will say, my personal opinion, I think there's a right way to do it. I think there's a wrong way to do it. I will start with that. And I'm going to let everybody else talk because I'm just going to be honest right now, man. My bladder can't stand it. I got to get up for a minute. And I gotta go be right back.
That can of hype is kicking you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I drank a Mountain Dew before we started the stream, and then I got the can of hype. So it's
you got to do the do. All right.
It's too much, man. This is So, who wants to go first, man?
I'll jump in on this. You go deal with this one.
Okay. Go for it. I gotta go do a thing.
All right, you go take care of you. So microtransactions. I'm okay with the cosmetic stuff. I don't mind that. I don't like the pay to win. I think the pay to win is shit. If I'm earning something and someone can just buy it, if I'm spending like 100 hours to get this one thing and you can just buy it right off as soon as the game comes out, what's the point, man? What's the point? What I don't like about sometimes with the cosmetics, and Siege does this, is you can earn it in the game, or you can buy it that same piece. And now it's not going to help you win or anything, but I would rather see it be you got microtransactions for only things you can get if you pay real money, and you can earn these other things in the game that you can't buy. You have to play the game to get these certain ones. I don't like the crossover ones, which Siege does a lot. But yeah, the pay to win, I don't understand that. I don't get it.
You know, from my experience of the game, so like you bring up Rainbow Six Siege, I've only purchased once. It wasn't the season pass, but it was on sale. It was like to buy a character, right? And I remember my first character I ever bought was Frost. She puts the welcome mats everywhere, and it was a deal on the PlayStation. Like, oh, okay, you know, couple bucks, no problem, compared to grinding and that. But has that improved me? Maybe a little bit, balancing stuff. I don't know if it would consider that it would be pay to win, but yeah, no, the transactions.
I wasn't even thinking about paying for the characters. Sorry, I was just talking about weapon skins in Siege. That's another thing. You can just straight out buy the operators.
You can buy the operators, and of course, the season passes on them. But I've only bought a character before, and I've always been saving. And since I've been playing quite often with you there, Vi, I decided that, you know, I'm just gonna keep working on it. Like, if they ever go on sale or something for something dirt cheap, like you get all of them or something, maybe. But for now, you know, only getting, you know, a few thousand renown each stream and playing it, and then maybe in a month's time I can unlock another character that it doesn't necessarily tip the scales 100%. Again, it's all situational when you're playing that game, so you pick your character. But yeah, I might get a new character like that Ella should throw in those concussion mines everywhere,
right?
Or the poison bleeps. That guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Good to have you back. The way I feel about it is, I don't mind. It kind of like what Vi just said right now. Basically, I don't mind if they have anything cosmetic related. That's cool. But at least make it exclusive. Don't make it something where you can kind of just buy your way up to the top.
Yeah.
Like, you know, or, you know, unlock something early by paying this some amount. That's kind of dumb. Like, that's, please, just, what's the point, you know? I would rather just grind for it, whatever. But yeah, I think if they make it more exclusive stuff, I'm a love for that. Like, if you want to pay for this shader in Destiny, you know, but you can only get it by purchasing it.
Yeah,
like, that's cool. That's fine. You know, I'm okay with, you know, buying that kind of stuff, or the emotes and stuff like that. That's fine. You know, that's all. You don't have to get it. You know, it's not going to improve your gameplay or anything. But it, you know, it's just something you'd be like, hey, check out this emote. You know, not everybody has, because they don't want to pay for it. Yeah. So you know, that's just my personal opinion on how I feel about it. But whenever it gets down to just basically skipping the line, so to speak, that's when it gets kind of like, what? Oh, come on. But yeah,
I don't have too much experience with the microtransaction, because not too many of the games that I played actually use it, with the exception of Diablo 3, when they used to have the auction house that used real money. And I actually used it. I'm not going to lie, because when you're dealing with the RNG and you're not getting the drops that you really want, and you're spending so much time grinding for it, the temptation's there. And if you can find the items for cheap, you might pull the trigger. And I pulled the trigger multiple times to get like a full set of gear. But then they did away with the real money auction house, thankfully. But that's really my only experience with that. But I actually do know somebody, and this is the negative side of it, who has a kid who was playing GTA 5.
God! Oh,
and he started buying. He started
my
buying.
towel. Getting the sweat to think of the game.
But he started buying cars in the game, and then the dad started getting these notifications that he was getting charged for these cars. So he calls the kid into the room. He says, "What are you doing? What are you buying?" He said, "Oh, I'm just buying cars." And then he said, "With the money?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "With the real money?" And he said, "Yeah." "No, that's real money. Someone has to pay for that." And he ended up charging like $120 for cars.
Yo!
God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And unfortunately, he couldn't get a refund of it. So I guess it's just one of those hard lessons learned. But yeah, I mean, if you've got games where kids can be playing them and they got those microtransactions that they can easily just start racking up,
Yeah.
No, they need that. Then they need that like that confirmation stuff to make sure that these people are going to be purchasing this. Like that password or
Yeah.
because for him to like be able to easy access just purchase something like that. That's messed up.
That's
man.
scary.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's just a kid. He probably didn't know any better.
That's
right?
rough,
Yeah.
dude.
He figured he's playing a video game.
Yeah, he's playing a video game. He don't know any better about it,
Yeah.
so you can't blame him for that. But
It's a good thing. It's a good thing he didn't buy the $100 shark card, man.
That's right. That's where I thought he was going.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. But yeah, I think as long as they have like the whole like password thing or confirming that you've made this purchase, then they should definitely, I guess, make it a little bit more safer. That's weird that he was just able to just buy the car just like that. You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, apparently,
Rockstar be getting that money.
apparently, like the Xbox account was tied to the Microsoft account, and the parents didn't realize it, and that's how he was able to just get them so fast like that.
The card's already on file, man.
Yeah.
The pop-up comes up. Do you really
it's
want to?
crazy, man.
Do you really want to buy this car? Yup, I do.
That's a pretty little car. I want to buy it.
Right.
And another one. And
Are you
another-
sure? Not
And
sure.
another one.
Are you?
Right.
It's not. It's kind of like GTA related. I think Sanea, she was here. She would probably have a few things to say about that GTA in terms of when you're working, you're you call it grinding. Just been playing hours and hours and hours of GTA and earning that money from the heists and whatever, and so you can buy like an actual in-game car or different paint or new weapons and stuff. Rockstar started taking away people's money for people that actually been playing it legitimately, and I don't know if they have an answer to that. Like, oh, just throw us an email, and maybe we can look at your records and we'll be fine. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the proper accord of how things go, but yeah, they started removing people's
Big
money.
T that happened to?
Yeah, it was Big T.
Yeah, I remember him telling us.
Big T was saving up all the money, just gradually playing for the new update or whatever. And they're like, "No, bro, you got too much money. It's not. It's not
you actually
yours.
cheated for that money. We're gonna take that back.
It's not yours anymore."
So they didn't like it that people were like either grinding or just doing whatever it was to save up because they wanted people to pay for this shit.
Well, I think the part of the problem stemmed from like there was a way to like legit not get the money but still have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were duping, hacking, whatever they were doing. There were people that had like absurd amounts of money in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But Big T said he wrote them and was like, "Hey, you could see my progress where it like gradually went up. Like I didn't achieve all the money in one night, but they still, took it away. They're like, oh well, it's on hold. We'll do all this, whatever. But I'm sure there's plenty of people that were like that, man. And I'm sure they're having to investigate like all the people that got hit by it. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
All right. So here's what I think, man.
Lay it on us, man.
I'm so
Lay it
ready.
on us. Take a good puff before you do it.
Right? Let me get all the way ready. Hang on.
He's taking his pants off. Get ready.
The bladder's empty now. Hang on. I'll pop another drink. Let me just get all the way comfy here. Okay.
This is on the topic of microtransactions, though, right?
It is.
Okay.
All right. There's some people out there that know that I'm a fan of that Smite and that Paladins.
Uh-huh.
Made by High Res. Now, the way they do their microtransactions, in my opinion, beautiful. It's beautiful, man. I'm going to tell you how they do this. There is a percentage of the money they get. And what you're buying skins. You're buying loading frames. You're buying just, aesthetic things, right? Doesn't change gameplay. doesn't do anything, doesn't give you an edge, right? They take a portion of that money and they put it towards the prize pool of the next tournament that they're going to have. So it's crowd-funded tournament money that they give away to the winners of the tournament. All right. They also had recently an event. Okay, and so after, let me say this first, after said tournament is over, said skins are no longer available. So when you see that skin on somebody, they're like, oh, yo, they got that last year during the thing, and I wish I could have got it, but I missed out on it, or whatever. But here recently, they released a set of skins where said money went to hurricane relief. Okay? And they're doing, you know, they always have things like this going on. You know, so you got, you know, and they let you know, like, hey, these skins are this much money is in the pot right now for the prize pool, or we're giving it away to charity, or whatever's going on, right? Okay. A lot of MOBAs. I don't know what Dota 2. I've never played Dota 2. I don't know if I haven't played League of Legends in so long. Since the first day I played Smite, I'm like, yo, League of Legends is so yesterday. Some people, some companies use that same model and let it be crowdfunded to put back into the community. And to me, that is the perfect way. Because you don't have to buy it, man. You don't have to buy those skins. But when you see them, you're like, yo, I want that. You know, if you play the game enough and you're a fan of it, like I said, you're going to know where all that stuff came from. In Smite, you can have icons. You can have loading frames. You can have a pedestal of which your character stands on and during the loading screen. And the actual skin for the character you're playing. There's a lot of stuff you can unlock. You can unlock them either through buying them. Sometimes they have events where you do like certain achievements in the game and it unlocks the things, you know, whatever. That's the way to do it. My opinion, Destiny 2, you're doing it wrong. Now, the reason why I say that, I'm not against like paying $2 to look a different way into a game. But when there's, what, 5 different things that you need to dress your character the way you want it to look, and then tomorrow you want a different look, and that basically that $5 you just spent is now gone, they need to be interchangeable, man. They need to keep it like the way Destiny 1 was. I'm not opposed to buying the shaders, man. They need to keep some shaders that only come out of the raids. I think that's special. But I think it's a money grab. Now,
I don't know. That seems really weird that they would have. You would purchase a shader that you want, right? And then if you want a new shader, that shader that you paid money for is gone. It's
That's
just
crazy.
Yeah,
Yes,
that doesn't seem right. Like, obviously, I feel like there's gonna be an update or something.
That's why there was a big uproar about it. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah, there has to be an update to where they go back in your inventory, because why the hell would you pay? Let's just say the shader is $5, and then you delete it. There goes your $5.
Exactly. That's what everybody's upset about. Now,
let me just see if I got my bearings right on this. So I want to have, let's say, neon blue as my shader. I apply it to my armor.
you gotta have
You know what? Today I like to be green, but after applying the green, my neon blue, that shader, it's gone. It's not in the inventory.
It's
gone. No inventory.
It's real.
Let me ask you this: do you have to pay for
It's
a color on each armor piece?
Yes, sir. You have to have.
You have to pay that color for every piece.
Each armor piece has its own slot for a shader.
Right.
So if you want, either you have to go and grind and hope you get, which all the shaders are random drops. So who knows? You're gonna get like, you know, how many of them are you gonna get before you actually get, you know, that many that match. or whatever.
So if you want to be like Dorian said, you want to be all blue, you got to buy 5 blue shaders, say.
Right, 5, 6, whatever, how many
And then they're gone if you want a new color.
That's all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, just quickly.
I'll stick with the default shader. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is what I will say. This is what I will say.
I like my own natural look.
I think it's fair that a game like Destiny has microtransactions. Okay, I think it's fair that they have them, because one point. Destiny 1, although we're talking about Destiny 2, Destiny 1 was the most expensive game ever made in terms of budget. It took X amount of dollars to create the game, and they spent almost that same amount of money on marketing. Okay? Gotta get that money back, man. And games alone and sales are not going to get that back to you. That's why people do microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta have that back. I'm not hating on them trying to make their money back. They need to do it in a different way. It seems like milking, man, because people are going to swap, man. I would change my shader every day, man, when I play Destiny 1.
People are still going to buy it, too, though.
That's
the other side of it. They're going to make bank off this.
Regardless of people complaining and people, just ranting about it, they're still going to buy it. They're literally
from a business perspective, this is amazing. We're gonna sell it to them, and then we're gonna sell it to them again.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
They're just gonna keep coming back. That's just the way it is, man. I mean, it's a business move. It's smart, but they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose a few people. But I mean, what's a few people compared to few $1,000 million,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of messed up, though. I feel like that's just probably a flaw in their game, and I think it's gonna be an update to where you're actually able to keep your shaders like an inventory. It doesn't make sense. Like doesn't make sense. Delete something you paid for. That's basically what you're doing. You're deleting something.
Yeah.
You paid for,
uninstalling or something. Yeah.
You might as well take your dollars and throw them in the trash, boys.
You're doing the GameStop, is what we're basically saying. You pay $60, you sell the game. You're like, hey, I want to play that game again. You go back, you're paying for the other $60 again.
Right.
Or you don't even get anything back out of it, like really. You know what I mean? So
I see used games that are like $5 cheaper than the new one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What are you
doing? Worse.
Give me that new game. Get out of here.
Yeah. You want to buy the used version? No. Stop asking me that. I actually bought my PlayStation 4 from GameStop because it's the only freaking place that had one. I hate GameStop. It's right down the road. And I go out and like, yo, give me the PS4. And they're like, would you like a pre-owned version? No, I don't. Give me the one brand new in the box. Give me that one. Give me that Last of Us bundle right there.
Right there.
Nah, dude. Nah. But
are you not for used stuff?
I'm okay with used stuff. I'm not okay with how GameStop does it.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat.
You go.
Just their pricings are strange.
You go and trade in your PS4 and see how much money they're going to give you.
Yeah,
$20.
And then you go in 3 days later when somebody else is working, be like, hey, how much is a used PS4?
Right.
A huge difference, man. Huge.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I don't blame the employees there, though. I feel like the employees get attacked a little too much over the company's decisions. Like, that's not on them. That's just what they have to work with, and that's what they have to try and sell. So it can't. They know they look scummy doing it.
I know.
Like they know. Like they give you that face of like, yeah.
Like, I gotta say this. Let's just.
Yeah, I had to say.
I gotta try to tell you
want to
this.
buy his PS4?
Yeah.
I promise you, it's only been refurbished twice.
Yeah.
Only twice. I've just had bad experiences with them. That I try to avoid GameStop as much as possible. like when I first started streaming, I could only do it through the PS4, so I went and got one of the PS4 cameras, brand new for like 50 or 60 bucks. But when I actually got my PC upgraded to actually be able to stream through that, I went and traded that back in. And when I went to do it, I handed the camera over. The employee said, "I'm sorry, we can't take this. It hasn't been opened." I said, No, it has. I just put it back in the original packaging and kept it looking pretty good. She said, "Oh, okay, well, that'll be $15 store credit." So you just said it looked brand new. So that'll probably be about the last time I'll just hang on to the stuff.
You're better off just keeping it, honestly, man. At that point, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's just isn't worth it, you know, for certain things. I remember I jumped on that Connect when it first got like announced. Like, you know, the first Connect on the 360. I loved it, man. I had fun with it, right? It was like $150, I think, right? And then, you know, later on down the road, I tried selling it, and they only want to give me $20 for it. I'm like, oh my god, fuck that! I'll keep it. I'll give it to like my nephew or something, you know? Yeah. You'd rather just keep certain stuff and not sell it at all because they're gonna give you nothing for it.
Yeah. And then of course the sad thing is, like, if you actually hang on to it like 20 or 30 years, it'll be like how all the old NES and Super Nintendo stuff is now, where it'll be crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you just kick yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like games. I know it's a little off topic, but I feel like after a certain console, they start to become like unvaluable at a certain point. Like, I feel like anything past the PS2 era, that all those games are just not worth as much anymore. Like, you'll be able to find them pretty easy. If not, you can just download them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. All right.
I mean,
so I got that off my chest. I feel better.
all right, good.
Good.
Transactions, no bueno. Bungie,
good.
get your shit together.
Or go talk to High Res. They know what they're doing over there. All right. So Twitch did a thing. Extensions. Anybody use these?
I'm using them.
I have not yet.
The only thing I've used is just the bits, like the
the leaderboard.
The leaderboard. That's the only thing I've used. Everything else is, I don't know, it's kind of unnecessary for me. Like, my personal, like, just for my channel. Like, I don't know. I don't really like too much going on, like, in terms of, like, you know, drawing people away from the gameplay, and, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like the leaderboard stuff, I like that. That's a really cool thing because, you know, it kind of sees, this person's been supporting, you know, this amount of much this month or this week, or, you know. So I think it's cool.
I'll just add on to what you're saying there, Jimmy. I remember when I started, let's say like 6 months after I started streaming, you know, people would like to contribute to me through PayPal and on, and I used to do like, oh, okay, well, you know, I like to recognize these folks. I like that what they've done now with the bits, though. That's a nice little way. And it's not like in your face. It's like, if people want to scroll down to read the bio, which I hope you guys read bios, that'd be real nice. So you can learn about the broadcaster, he or she. Yeah. It's pretty good stuff.
Why don't you read the stream title, goddammit? The console I'm playing on's right there.
Yeah.
You know, on mobile, I don't think it tells you, really. Like, I know it tells you, like, when you click on
if
it,
you
but
tap
most people,
the screen,
yeah, like, it doesn't really tell you. Like,
that
I don't know.
tap.
I get it. People are just lazy.
That's one thing about extensions, too. Not on mobile.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be nice if they can get that rolling out soon.
Do they have the bits on mobile yet?
Where you can buy bits, and you can send bits now, on mobile. That was just recent, actually, too.
Joe, do you use extensions or no?
No, I haven't tried any of them yet, but I've seen some of the channels that do use them, and I kind of like the idea of it, like how you can do mini games to actually use the channel's currency. I think that's a pretty good idea. So that way, your viewers can like take chances to maybe get more currency to actually spend towards things related to the channel, instead of just having to wait just to accrue it over time. So I think that's a pretty good aspect of it. But no, I haven't actually tried it for myself yet.
I haven't tried them either. So, Vi, what do you what's your take?
So,
man? Which ones are you using?
I'm using 3 right now. I was using 4, and I'll tell you the reason first why I stopped using the 4th one. It was this one called Stream Legends, and it was like a mini game that you could play in. If you scroll down away from the stream, down to your panels, people could play this game where basically they fight. It's like a turn-based. Well, actually, you just click fight and it plays itself, to be honest. But anyway, in order to play the game, you had to scroll away from the stream, and of course the stream now goes to that small box, and everyone exits out of that. And they're just playing the game, so they're just getting audio. So I was kind of looking at like, this is doing more harm than good right here. So I got rid of that one. The 3 I'm running right now is the one that Jimmy's using. Jimmy, fuck.
That's right.
I know, but it's
yeah.
I don't know him like that.
Everybody just calls me Jimmy. It's cool.
It's the cheerleaders, which I like, and you can sort of customize it too, which I didn't realize until I watched someone else. Like, you can turn off each if you just want it like that session. It can display that, or monthly, or all time. I turned off all time, so I got monthly, weekly, and the current session running on it, which I kind of like. I'm also using this new one called Top Clip. It basically just puts the top clip on your stream under your stream. So if people scroll down, they can see whatever the current weekly, the most viewed clip is from your stream. And right now it's that turkey being just a legend in PUBG. So I like that.
I haven't even heard about that one.
Yeah. It's neat. Because it gives people a quick look at what your stream could be if you're not live or something. They can just click that. And they can see
a funny moment or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
I figured it'd be Kevin, man.
That's not a clip though. That's an upload.
I got you.
Maybe that'll come around at some point. I don't know.
Another Kevin situation.
The Kevins. And the third one I'm using is this one called Gather Achievements. And basically, people watching the stream, they can earn achievements just by watching the stream. You get like achievements for time in the stream, amount of times you chat. If you do damage to the bit boss, you get an achievement. If you become the bit boss, you get an achievement. That kind of stuff. So it's just more interaction, I guess, for the stream. So I think those 3 help benefit my stream. The Stream Legends one, it took away from the stream. I had to get rid of that. I like the idea. Like some of the ones I'm not using just because I don't play the games. I know Destiny 2 has one where you can see the persons who's streaming. You can see their loadout and all their armor. Everything they got equipped is right there in their panels.
They have that for PUBG as well, right?
I think
so.
I sort of stat thing.
I think I've seen that.
Time. Yeah.
I know I've seen the Destiny
I like
one.
Those game exclusive ones. I think that's neat.
I like that a lot. I think that's probably one of the really cool ones. Just to the fact that you don't have to ask the streamer what his loadout, what his gun he uses. He can just look at it himself.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a really cool. Or you can see his last game played, like his stats or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think that's really cool. But yeah, like I said, you know, pretty much what you were saying. Like anything that distracts away from the streamer is kind of not really good. That's why a lot of the times I never used any bots. Only bots that use commands. Like if they want to know more about me, then you know they can just do the command or whatever. But I never really liked point systems and stuff like that because literally I've seen chats that are just basically people spamming the 8-ball or doing the points. They want to know how many points or the heist and all that other stuff, and there's no conversation in those chats. Like I'm all about conversating, bring topics up because that's what's entertaining to me personally. I'm like, I don't want you guys to be here for points and bots and stuff and use the points only for giveaways. That's not for me. Like if it works for your channel, then great, you know, like keep going at it. But
80% of the conversation on JLS stream is about food, so you guys know.
Hey man, food. We can all agree on food.
My man knows his food. I like it.
The food topic is strong.
But not 100% of the time food is going to be talked about when Mario Kart's going on.
Hey man,
that's a real thing.
I bring up the food sometimes. Okay, the community just happens to bring up what they ate. And we're like, oh my god, have you ever tried it with this? Have you ever tried this?
Yeah. Hey,
and then we just go off on the food topic, man.
It's perfect. It's always food and movies.
Yeah.
The other night it was movies when I was watching. Yeah, so I really haven't taken a good look at these extensions, but I think it's interesting that Twitch is doing things like this. I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch would eventually have like follower notifications, stuff like this, so you don't have to go through a third party. I wouldn't be surprised if that became an extension or however they want to do it.
And they need to figure something out in terms of notifying people when we go live, because I still have people that don't know that I go live.
My notification, man.
Yeah, like, but I will tell them, you know what? It's a bummer because I've actually had somebody literally the other day, and it's happened multiple times, but someone literally the other day said that I thought you quit streaming.
Whoa!
I'm like, bro, I stream 5 to 6 days out of the week from this time to this time. Like, that's why I always tell people follow my Twitter, because I tweet out every single day.
Yeah.
That's the best way of staying informed with like your favorite streamers, is through Twitter. So I think Twitch needs to do something to where people actually do get better notifications, to know that the streamer is live, because literally some people won't get my notifications at all, but I'll get 20 notifications that Lyric or so-and-so went live.
Yeah.
They kind of have something like that now, but
and that kind of makes you look like, hold on now.
Yeah.
They've got that like for the new follows, but not really so much for the people you've been following. Like I'll notice like if I follow somebody, they don't automatically turn the notifications on, and I'll sometimes forget, and my phone will just start blowing up. I'm like, what's this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, it'd be nice if they kind of like hammered that out and made it so it was more universal instead of just for people who you recently followed.
Right.
I will say, I get better notifications on my phone when people start to go live than I do desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mobile is really good, man, to let you know, hey, this person just went live. And then 9 times out of 10, I'm like, well, I can't watch it because I'm at work. But,
but
yeah, hey, they're there.
Yeah. One I'll even build on. I use the Steam. If you have your own Steam community, Steam group, I usually schedule just to let everyone know. Okay, so Tuesday, it's Siege Tuesday. If you guys want to come on in, you guys are welcome. And people tell me, oh, I get those notifications all the time.
Yeah,
I tune in. Or the Discord, or that's another good way in Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mobile phone. For me, the people that I follow, I do see it go off. But yeah, I've had people that have come to me like, I haven't seen you in ages, and I recognize he or she joining, and I'm like, where have you been? Like, back at you. Where have you been? I'm right here. I've been
schedule for the past 2 years.
I
don't know. Maybe they're in the galaxy far away.
Schedules definitely work a lot better. Like if you obviously have it as like a panel, or people know your schedule and you don't change it as often. But obviously it kind of sucks for some people that do have busy lives.
Me.
And they can't stream certain days, but they stream the day that they normally get off, but nobody really shows up because they didn't get a notification from it. It's kind of a bummer, and it sucks. Consistency is always best, right? But sometimes some people they can't do that because they have other things going on. Like I said, they hopefully they can figure something out that works a little bit better in terms of notifications. But we'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think I've said it before, say it again. Anytime Twitch introduces a new feature, it's something going to be more to come with. I think they'll add to the extension. I just think it'll keep going.
Yeah, it's definitely barely growing. It's on those early stages for sure.
So yeah, I mean, I might check them out. I haven't really had, a whole lot of time to dive into those things, but it's interesting to see them doing new things, man. Just little small details like that. It's good. It's good stuff.
And completely optional.
Oh,
like, if you don't want them, you don't gotta use them.
One thing, just to talk about the notifications. I know when those they stole the After Hours vodcast. They stole it from you, there, Sulfus. I got more vodcast notifications than actual online broadcasting now live notifications. I'm like, oh, who's this? Watch. Hey, how's it going? So and so, and I was here. I watched that before.
I remember this.
And I'm like, oh, I got a notification for a vodcast. I thought it said live, and then they fixed that. It actually says vodcast now. But yeah, I get more vodcast notifications than the on live, even though I have enabled the, the little thing like, oh yeah, I'll get those mobile notifications, which I think it should be. Personally, if it was me, if someone really loves their Twitch, they would go through like, okay, you know what, I will enable or disable this manually. Like right now, you have to manually enable from the get-go. Like if I follow Jimmy for the first time, I'm like, oh man, I gotta do the homework. I gotta know everything about this guy, the Twitters, Discords, whatever. And then, oh yeah, I gotta enable the mobile notification. Before, I think it was by default, it would go always like that. It would always push it up. But now they took it off. I guess people were just tired of being hounded, but that's your own choice. That's your own volition of following. So like, hey, now you know. Now we gotta say, oh yeah, you want to get that little slider popping off there, you want to make sure you enable that mobile notification.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing though. I'm sorry, I wanted to touch on what Claire just said. She says she researches everybody I start to watch. If only we had more people like her that go out of their way to do that stuff, then I think Twitch would definitely be a lot better. That actually put that effort to follow my Twitter, because I have people that don't even have a Twitter at all that come by, like, because they just don't want to make one. But it's not that bad. Twitter's not bad. Like I didn't like Twitter personally before I started streaming. I was like, what's the point of that, right? But when I started streaming, it is essential. Like you need it. And it's also essential for you guys, viewers, to follow your streamers, like, because like I said, my notifications sometimes they'll go live to people, and I had that one person come in and tell me they thought I quit streaming because they didn't see me go live for a whole year apparently. So like God. Twitter is the best way because I tweet out, or Vi, Dorian, Joe, and then Sulfus, they tweet out every single day what's going on, what's gonna happen, if something gets canceled, or they're gonna make it up and do this stream, and then whatever. That's the best way of staying informed. Like
Twitter is always gets the
Twitch
first.
Isn't the best way to being informed of when a person's live. Sometimes it isn't. They're doing good stuff, but sometimes like it's vice versa. Like how Dorian just said that people will get more notifications that my podcast on live than my actual streams. It's like, what? And it's funny sometimes too. I'll go into the podcast and I'll see people chatting in there, and they think I'm live, and they'll try to wait for a response. But, because usually like I'll have my stream like open in the as a background just to see like if people actually are watching or whatever, and I just kind of just giggle to myself. But yeah,
I did that once. I when podcast first started, I did like a little list, and I started it just to see what would happen, man. Like. And some people piled in, man. They thought I was live, and they're like, they're talking in the chat, and they're like, oh, he's not live. This is not a live.
I've had some people get upset too. Why isn't he responding to me?
Yeah, and then I had the when I got my new PC, I had the unboxing as a podcast, and there was a guy. I was watching it because I wanted to see. What would happen, because it was the first one on the list. And a guy pops in and starts asking me questions about the PC. And I just happened to be in there, and I was responding to him in chat. I didn't even try to tell him, hey, I'm not really streaming right now. But I just started responding to him in chat. But he had no idea. He was like, hey, man, what processor you got? What is this? What is that? Asking all kind of questions about the new PC, man. I'm just like, hey, this is this is that. But I think when they first came out with that podcast, everybody was confused. They kind of done a better job with it now, but
Now that they've been categorizing it, it has been a lot better because it kind of sucked at the fact that the biggest streamer could be throwing up a vodcast of them playing like an older game that you're playing, and then that was kind of a bummer. But now that they're categorizing it from vodcast to live, is a little bit better. But at first it was like, oh my god, like this is terrible.
I know.
But,
I've been tricked before. I'm like, before they categorize, like, oh, Marlena, that MLA, she's live. Oh, it's not her.
Yeah.
Wait, it is her. But I remember.
Yeah, I almost hosted somebody that was in a podcast one time. I'm like, shit, never mind.
That happened earlier today. That feed hosted up a podcast. He had no idea.
Oh no.
It's hard to catch sometimes, I guess.
Yeah,
because even though it says vodcast and you could put not live in the title, people just sometimes miss it and they'll come in and start typing it in the chat.
I don't even put vodcast anymore. I just put not live.
Nobody reads
most
the
people
titles,
get
man.
it. I know nobody reads them, right? But like, there's some people that do. All right, the rare occasion, that rare person does read it. He's like, oh, he's not live, but they'll lurk and they'll watch it.
I'm gonna title my streams from now on. Nobody reads this.
I mean, my favorite thing about the podcast is that it's good because on my days off, I'll throw like 2 or 3 up so people can watch them throughout the day. He's like, oh, he's not streaming today, but at least he threw on some vodcasts, some previous streams that I didn't get to watch that time. So, so that's a plus side about it, but
yeah, I think it's a cool thing. It's some people, those time zones, man, is what it's really good for.
Yeah.
It's time zone boss. Some people that stream, maybe I should podcast this channel. Who knows?
Do it.
That could be a thing. So we got a month away, man. TwitchCon.
TwitchCon.
Is at our doorsteps.
Oh my goodness.
Joe,
Literally in my backyard.
Joe, are you going to TwitchCon?
Definitely not this year. But I probably won't make next year at this rate. But a lot of the members of the community that I'm a part of are kind of getting together and making plans, and they're gonna go as a group. Unfortunately, I can't really determine if I can go or not because of my work schedule. Like, they choose vacation dates based on seniority, and I'm at the bottom, and they don't start the vacation calendar until the start of next year. So I have to wait till that happens, and I also have to pray that the time that I need to take off isn't already taken. It's just a lot up in the air, so I can't really commit to it at this moment, unfortunately.
Hey, man, you know what's the plus side about not going to these events, though? You want to know? Not everybody's going to be live. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times, man, where there was events that I missed, like PAX events and stuff, and then I've gotten hosted by, like, bigger people, and I'm like, because nobody's streaming. So I'm going to be streaming that. So that's the plus side, man. But you'll be missed. We'll definitely have a beer in your honor, my dude.
J-Les.
Several.
J-Les. J-Les, we're going to try to work. We're going to try to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. We don't know how yet, but we're going to make it happen. We're going to do after hours live from TwitchCon.
Oh, man. That'd be interesting.
It's gonna somehow it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we got to find you. But yes. So a month from yesterday. No, wait. No, it's a month from today, right? That it starts, actually.
20th?
It's the 20th, yeah.
20th to the 22nd.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, here's the question. For the guys that's going, which is everybody but Joe. Sorry, Joe.
No.
What are you guys looking forward to the most? J-Les.
Well, I've said this before on my Twitter for people that have read it. Like, most of the times, like, when people go to these events, it's basically to network with companies or other streamers to kind of get your foot in the door, and grow your channel, whatever. The thing I look forward to the most every year is to hang out with my friends, like you guys, or my community, man. because I mean they're the reason why I grow technically, you know, not these other streamers. Like not all the time, you know. Like yeah, it's cool, you know, these newer people that I want to get to know, but you know, I look forward to, you know, spending time with like the community and, you know, other cool friends that play online with, like, because you don't get to see these people ever like in person, you know. One time out of the year you get to see them, you just want to party with them as much as you can, man. I did that like the first TwitchCon, it was more of like a business trip for me. I tried to get my foot in the door, talk to other streamers, you know, exchange business cards or whatever it might have been. But in San Diego, this last one, all I wanted to do was just party with my community and streamer friends, and I had a much better time, like 100%. So this next year, you know, same thing. Like I'm just gonna do the same exact way I did it, you know, in San Diego. Obviously, do a little bit of you know, networking as well, right? But you know, I look forward to the most is hanging out with people that I don't get to see as often.
Perfect. Is there like I'm trying to how am I going to phrase this? Is there a certain panel or scheduled event that you really want to make sure that you're there for? You know what I mean? Like a certain topic's going to be discussed, like, oh, that, I'm going.
Not really, man, to be honest with you. No, because when I go to these TwitchCons events, like, I don't really, like, to be fair, okay, this is just my opinion. The event itself is cool. To me, it's just extra. Like, the reason why most of these people are there is to hang out with everybody.
Right.
And to see everyone. Like, the event stuff, like the video games, the press conference, like, it's all informative stuff. Like, especially when they have those panels where, you know, like, they have, like, the female streamers, like, what they go through and what they could do to, like, improve their channel or stopping the ones that, you know, harassment ones or just anything of that. That's cool. That's all informative for people that are starting to get into like streaming and stuff or how to grow your channel. I like that they do that. I don't really attend those. Like I said, like for me, I go strictly just to go hang out with people, you know, walk to, you know, the show floor and, you know, play some of these games and just have a good time, man.
Perfect. Dorian, you went last year.
I sure did.
Dorian had them vlogs up on YouTube about his trip. What are you looking forward to this year, sir?
Well, pretty much what Jimmy summarized it. You know, meeting up with, you know, you there, Sulfus, and Vi, Jimmy. You know, the place that we got the After Hours house. You know, with Turkey there. Andy there, Jake, you know, so we got a good group of people that were gonna be the Airbnb, all that stuff is all good to go. So I'm excited about that, just to hang out, good, you know, video log again. Maybe a Dorian choir, maybe Jake can do it. Dorian, he did that last year. He had like, I don't know, 15, 16 people say at the same time with them. I don't know, it's a fun thing. But yeah, just hanging out, like playing some pool, grabbing a bite to eat, just enjoying. I treat it like a vacation in a way, you know. Yeah. I'm away from Canada, you know. We're going to Long Beach, so a place that I've not been to. It'll be my second time going to California. Soak it in, enjoy the time with the people that I've been able to meet across this wonderful platform being Twitch. And yeah, just having a great conversation. And as well, you know, to answer the question about, you know, any scheduled event or panels, I haven't looked into it. I know they did put the schedule out. Maybe there's someone that we know, like last year, Vi and I, how we met first time at TwitchCon was when I was holding those reserved seats when that Monstar was hosting a panel with a few other people. Yeah. So maybe just to hear some informative discussions from time to time. I'm down for that. The game developers that were there, I know Naughty Dog was there. They had a booth that was going on last year. Perfect. And also the hardware makers like Intel was there, Kingston, even Designed by Human, you know, a Discord. There's all sorts of different people out there. So it's cool to, you know, talk to the people that, you know, might be know of, because I know I'm a Discord partner. Jimmy, you know, maybe the folks at Discord, just say hello and maybe got some free swag. Who knows? That's a lot of stuff. That's another thing, tip for you guys. Be ready. You might be getting a lot of free shirts. You know, it's quite nice to come home and like, well, this ain't the shirt, but you know, this is nice. So again, you're just hanging out, having a good time with everyone. Yeah, that's about it for me for TwitchCon, and of course the video logs. That's another thing, you know, to provide for you guys, is you can see the perspective of my trip. You know, meeting that that Jimmy Jayless, that Sulfus, Jake, you know, having a good time, playing pool, grabbing some dinner, maybe doing some I don't know. Maybe get bowling this year.
I'm in. I'm in, Matt Dory.
I don't know.
I'm in.
See, Jimmy Jayless is going to be our strategist.
I know. He knows all the spots.
He's in his backyard, so he knows, like, oh, I know where those places are. So he's going to be our tour guide.
Jayless with them strats. I
got you guys.
Vi.
Yeah.
My dude.
Yeah, man. This is going to be... I can't wait. The main reason I can't wait to go this year is because so many people who didn't go last year that I know of, like within the community, they're going this year. And it's pretty much what you guys said. It's just meeting everyone, hanging out. I remember last year was pretty much my first convention I went to. We got local conventions, but it was nothing compared to this, man. So, of course, I had the schedule last year before I went. I had all the panels planned out that I wanted to go to. I think I stuck to it for the first day. And it became very apparent after that I didn't give a fuck about any of the panels. And I just wanted to hang out with all the friends, all the community. I threw that away, man. I haven't even looked at the schedule for this year. I just want to go out and have a good time. Hang out with everyone you don't get to see. Like Jayla said, man, you see them one time a year. You got to party.
You got to remember that this weekend goes by fast.
Yeah.
It goes by fast. It goes by super fast.
Yeah.
You know, by the first day it starts, you're already going to be at the last day saying goodbye to people, and it sucks, dude. Go back to your normal life. And everybody always has that withdrawal of coming back home.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
it's like, I got to go back. I need more.
Exactly.
But all the panels are streamed. You can watch every panel right now from last year on Twitch's website. So it's like you don't have to be there for them. If it's something that you're really interested in, you can go watch the panel right now. We can watch Sarah's panel right now, Dory.
That's a thing.
So yeah, it's all about hanging out with people. Now, what I do like though is that expo floor. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. Like with all the booths, I remember just going up to the indie section. And you can talk with the devs right there at these games. I thought that was really cool, and of course all the free stuff was overwhelming. But yeah, the main reason is to hang out with the community and all the friends and streamers that I enjoy watching. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. If you can't go this year, Joe, I'm sorry. I hope. I know we're hounding you with all this, but
yeah.
I hope you can get.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I hope you can. It'll be good.
Be good therapy for me, because I haven't been on a plane since I was like 7, so I don't know how well I'd handle that now. And I'm not too big on crowds either, so that's another big obstacle.
I'll just give you my inside take from last year, because it was my first convention really of anything, and you know, the first TwitchCon. You know, I feel like the way we are right now, having this conversation on the podcast and having discussions with everyone in the community. So when I met up with Vi and Jake and Jimmy here last year, it basically everything.
I must have missed you last year, man.
Anyway,
I don't remember seeing Jayless around. I don't know.
Jayless was there. Jayless was around.
I was around everywhere. Yeah.
Basically, I was able to pick up where I left off from Jimmy's stream, from your stream there, Vi. You know, like, and just the camaraderie and how everyone just gelled. There wasn't really, at least within the group and the people that I was with and who I was talking to and hanging out with, there was it was all smooth sailing. Everyone just enjoyed.
That's the thing, man. It's just like most of these people, like I know them, like obviously Dorian and them, like they act the same way they do on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've met streamers that acted completely different. Like they were just more awkward. I'm like, why are you much more awkward? Like, you know, like I get it if you're like, talking to someone new, you don't know, then you don't know, like, their limits to like, maybe joking around. But it's people that you see every day in your chat. Like you shouldn't act any different.
No.
And I mean, with everybody, like I treat everybody the same. So as long as they treat me with respect, I'm the same person, and just as them. Like we're all the same people. It's like meeting up with friends that we don't get to see. Like I've said earlier, it's because Dorian was the same way. He was funny.
Oh, the exact same.
Yeah, the same.
It was everyone I ran into.
Yeah, it really was.
It was just picking up. I think Dorian, you said this, picking up from where you left off in chat. Just picking up whatever the last conversation you were talking about. It's just, everyone was just so chill.
It's kind of surreal too. Whenever you see everybody in person, you're like, oh man, this is real.
Having everyone in the same room.
And then you start to notice more things about them that you never noticed. Like, shit, you're really tall. You know what I mean? Like, oh god,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But for me, a little bit of lore, right? I was watching the Twitch update stream, Twitch Weekly or whatever they do, when they announced the very first one, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. I saved up the money, man, and I decided it was better that I quit my job. So I took said money to survive until I felt like working again. I legit took off 4 months and didn't work during that time. So I didn't go. Last year, just couldn't afford it, man. It was just, it was rough. I didn't make last year's, and I was like, all right, I'm going. I'm going next year. I'm going to save up all the things right now. It's going to happen. And then I bought the ticket the weekend pass, like the day it was released. And then, everything kind of fell in line with Dorian. It was kind of, I don't know if I'm going to get to go this year. Okay, I'm going. And then me, Dorian, and Vi is up at whatever time o'clock at night looking at rooms and place to stay. And that came together. And then, we all planning flights so we can get at the airport kind of at the same time. Everything kind of just converged. I'm waiting to see all the people, man. I can't wait. Because I know Dorian, I know Vi is going to land at the airport before I will. Step off that plane, see those guys. It's going to be great.
It's office right there.
There is. I did look at the schedule, man, and there was one panel. I mean, there was a few that I was like, oh, that's cool. There was one that I was really interested in. Like, that one, I want to know what they have to say about that. And the panel was like, how to stream successfully while having a full-time job. And I'm like, hey, that fits me perfectly. And I would like, to be able to, I don't know, feel like I'm doing a better job on Twitch. As much time and effort and money and equipment that I put into it, not necessarily that I just want to feel like personally like I've achieved something and have like a better quality or better whatever, however you want to put it. But all the people, man, that's what I'm looking for. And I've already said it. I put it on Twitter. I've said it before. I'm bro hugging everybody, man. Just be ready for it. If you meet me at TwitchCon, just go ahead and throw them arms open, man. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's gonna happen. But we're gonna seriously though. We're gonna try to. We're cooking up ways to do an after hour. Maybe not like a full panel discussion like we're doing right now, but at least a stream of all of us in a spot, letting you guys what's going on at TwitchCon. Well, I mean, I don't foresee us planning a 3-hour stream or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least a live stream with all of us, in there. So we do have the after hours house. So maybe we'll do something from there one night or something. Who knows? But Jay Les done said he was drinking beer with me. I'm in for that.
Nice.
I don't know, Dory. I like the bowling idea, man.
Bowling?
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like all of a sudden, like all these people, I'm looking at you guys. Actually, I'm looking at you twice because I got you on Skype and XSplit, looking at your faces, and I get to see the faces up close. It's gonna be great. Can't wait.
Get ready for all of this in your grill.
Dude, I got a month to get ready, man.
I know. You better be prepared, man.
A month, yeah.
I'm preparing myself. I already got everything planned out, man. I got my dad's gonna drive me to the airport, so I have to park my car. Yeah, I got all the things planned out, man. But we'll see. Man, and I think you're right, JLS, man. It's gonna go by too fast, dude.
It will. I promise you. I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah.
I remember.
Fly by, man. Enjoy every minute of it, and don't just treat it like a vacation. Exactly what Dorian said, man. Just have fun.
Well, it is. I'm taking vacation.
And I always encourage people that have never gone, and even if you're not a streamer and you never gone, go. I'm telling you, you will have a blast. It's not what you think it's gonna be. It's like, I know people think it's like boring or something, but no, I'm telling you, you got to understand, most of these people that are Twitch streamers don't really get to go out as often. Either they're working or, they have busy lives. So they treat this as much as a vacation as, as you guys. So all they want to do is just have fun, man. So, obviously drinking, going out, whatever. It's definitely worth it, man.
And
as B-Boy would say, I just want to say this. As B-Boy would say, you want to enjoy it maximally.
As a footnote, I've never actually been to California. I've been to a few places, man. I've been to New York City. I've been to Miami. I've been to Vegas. I've been to some cool places, man. But I've never been to California. As a little footnote, this will be the first time.
And you know what's good, since you haven't been to California, the location it's at, it's gonna feel like California. I promise you. It's a really nice spot where it's located. It's right next to the pier. It's good. You'll love it.
It's good stuff, man. I mean, you said treat it like a vacation. I mean, honestly and truthfully, this is my vacation for the year. I took vacation from work.
Just remember, look.
I'm flying 8 hours to get there, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm a long ways away from California. I'm gonna get there.
I know you're prepared to treat this like a vacation, but also be prepared for that withdrawal, man, because you're gonna feel like crap when you get home. You're just gonna be like, God, man, I'm not gonna be able to see these people until next year, or
another whole year.
It sucks.
Yeah. But I mean, it's gonna be good though, man. I think I'll be like a sponge, man. I'm just soak it all in, dude. Bring it on, bring it.
And not only that, going to these events actually encourage a lot of people. They motivate them to, they want to keep streaming more, or they want to work harder because they want next year to be better. They want next year to be better. More people. So yeah.
Yeah. That's good, man. I can't wait. I don't know if we will have another show between now and TwitchCon. Honestly, told you guys before, if you guys have been around for a while, you remember the first of the year, I was kind of out of town a lot. Looks like that's about to happen again. And if it does happen, it'll be very quickly that I'll be going out of town. So we may be able to sneak a show in between here and TwitchCon. Can't guarantee it.
If not at TwitchCon, that should be the next one.
Yeah. So, as always, follow that After Hours Twitter. Whenever we figure it out, we'll let you guys know when the show is. But just, real life, work calls, man, and they need me to go 3 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
So I may have to do that again very soon. By very soon, I mean like next week. So we'll see how that pans out. But if we are able to do another show, we'll definitely let you guys and gals know. Man, so many good conversations tonight.
It was good.
Excellent.
So many good topics.
We definitely went off topic for a little bit longer than we guys should have.
Hey.
But that's when you know we're having a good time.
We're in there.
It happens, man.
The time flies and we're just talking about stuff.
It happens, man. We're gonna throw it to Dorian. Them shout outs. My dude.
Well, as always, there, Solfus, it is a pleasure to be on the show, and what we discussed there tonight, from all the topics, from the TwitchCons to the Destinies to the movie stuff, it was a blast. Always a pleasure to be here, and of course, Vi, always great to have you on the show, and always fun. Jimmy JLS, always a blast to have you be back 4th time, maybe 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Keep going.
We'll keep going.
30?
And that Joe, being our special guest, always great to have you here. Hopefully you will come back again. Always enjoy your personality. It's always a good time. Always getting ready to cook them chicken dinners too. And no,
Glad to be here.
Yep. Anyway, definitely thank you guys for all being here. Everyone in the chat, everyone that came from all our communities there tonight. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and definitely check out the master in the epicenter, and that's Solfus, the one that produces and directs the show, keeps us all in line. All this beautiful graphic stuff too. That Big T gamer, big shout out to that Big T, and the leader dog for the tunes. Always a blast. But anyway, you guys can see my Twitch and my Twitter, all that stuff. You guys can check that out. I'll be starting some Bayonetta, or continuing on in that Bayonetta 1 this upcoming Friday. And as I said, the Twitter, all that stuff there, all the tweets, you can check that out. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, and it's always a blast to be here.
Thanks, Dorian. Vi, them shout outs.
It was a good show, man. We had some good conversations, like Jayla said there. We went off topic a little bit, but it was good. That's when you know you're having a good just time. I love this, coming away from the game, coming together with people, and just chatting, man. Just chatting about games and Twitch and movies and things. I love it. I love being on here. Thanks for having me back. Make sure you check out all the cool people here. Guys, I'm finally finished Witcher. 4.5 months. 4.5 months of Witcher hounding is now over, and I was a little lost. I fell off the deep end into Crash. I climbed back out of that hole, and now we're playing Fallout 4. So if you're into Fallout 4, come check me out. We might playing that for who knows how long. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. PUBG is happening in like a half hour. If you like PUBG, come on. I'm serving chicken. Maybe. I don't want to say it's going to happen. I'm just saying it might happen. We might get chicken dinner. I don't know. And of course, Mario Parties every Sunday. 4 guys yelling at each other for 2 hours. It's fun times. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you later.
Thanks again, Vi. JLS.
Yes.
Over to you, sir.
Oh, my friends. Thank you, everybody. First and foremost, I want to say thank you, everybody that was watching from all our communities. You guys are amazing. Appreciate it, guys. If you guys haven't already yet, follow everybody on this panel. Vi, I had the pleasure of meeting him for the first time, and also Joe. Great people already, great personalities. You guys should definitely show them some love. I know I am. Same thing for Dorian and Sophus. I've been on there on this podcast a few times with them, and they're always great guys. I can't wait to meet them at TwitchCon again. But guys, thank you guys again for having me, watching. Those of you from my community, coming on over, hosting, just hanging out with us, and like I said, I like being on these podcasts, man. They're fun. We get to talk about other things other than just food. Movies, games, whatever it might be, TwitchCon events, current issues that are involving with, like extensions with Twitch, whatever it might be. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I'm just, I've recently just got off of building brand new PC. Thanks, from the help of my community. They helped me raise up for a new PC, and I can't wait what's in store for all the games that I'm not limited not to stream now. Like I can be able to stream whatever I want now, so that's good. But yeah, I'm pretty much a variety caster. You'll probably catch me streaming whatever it might be, like Friday the 13th, Mario Kart. I'm currently playing Red Dead Redemption right now. So we'll definitely get through that. Hopefully tomorrow or Friday we'll definitely beat it. I'm still going to be casting tonight, so I should be live within, I say, 30 minutes to 40 minutes or so. I still need to give the little guy Lucas a bath before I do that, and then yeah, we'll definitely be live. But thank you guys again for having me. Appreciate the love, Soulfist. If you guys haven't yet, follow this channel right now, because there's going to be a lot more podcasts, and hopefully the TwitchCon one should be very exciting to watch. Thanks again, guys.
Heck yeah, dude. Thanks again, Jay Lester, for coming on in. Wrong Channel Joe. Dim shout outs for you, sir.
Again, thanks for having me on. Appreciate the opportunity. Dorian, Solvis, Vi, Jayless, you guys just made it painless. Never been on a talk show before, but it was definitely interesting. Definitely a good time. So currently playing Hollow Knight. The rest of the month is going to be kind of up in the air, random games. But October, it's just going to be full of all the spoopy, scary games, because I'm a huge fan of Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. October, I just go nuts with it. So I'll be playing a whole bunch of different games, from like Clock Tower from the Super Nintendo, and Clock Tower First Fear for the PS1, the first 3 original Resident Evil games, some more modern games like some Alien Isolation DLCs. We'll just be all over the place. We'll even go back as far as the NES, playing the original Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, just filling out the entire month with all the scare games that we can. But if you're into that kind of stuff, I might also recommend checking out the rest of the community that I come from, the Hobo Nation, because we're just a nice little tight-knit group of streamers, all kind of like-minded. We all complement each other. Just a great, fun time. You just want to check each other out. That's totally up to you, but I definitely recommend it. Self-promotion and all that jazz. That's it, I guess. But yeah, thanks again for having me. I really appreciate it. It was a great opportunity. Had a lot of fun with you guys tonight.
Very good.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on in, guys and gals. The shout out goes to you at home watching. We do a lot of discussions on streaming, and not looking at numbers and how many people is watching. But I really don't pay attention to that on my personal channel. On this one, I keep up with it because it just shows how much support you guys give us. So this is a shout out to y'all, guys and gals watching at home. We were top 15 on the site for talk shows. So that's all because of you guys and gals watching. Thanks for all the panel members coming. Dorian, always being here since 3 years ago, man. It's crazy. Vi, my dude. J-Les, thanks for coming on in again.
Thank you for having me, man. Thanks.
Joe, first time on the show. Like I said, if you had yourself a good time, man, you're welcome to come back anytime. Thanks to Leader Dog for that music during the pre-stream. This band gave permission for me to use their music during the show, so they are awesome because of that. So no stream for me tonight, but more than likely tomorrow. Not sure on the time because I do have to work, but depending on how much time I have to stream will depict which game that I do stream. Check out them Twitters and I'll let you know. As far as me going out of town right now, it's not a definite, but it's probably going to happen. I'll just, keep in touch with guys and gals about what's going on with that and this show, when we'll be able to do a next one. And something else. Can't wait to see all these faces at TwitchCon. These guys on the panel. Sorry, Joe, I'm not rubbing it in. I promise
I'll get there eventually.
I promise I'm not rubbing it in. And anybody in the chat that I get to see at TwitchCon. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. Softest hugs for everybody.
Cans of hype for everybody too.
I will.
4
If
cases.
there's a can of hype, I will. I'll consume one.
Dude, I was trying to figure out a way that I could bring some, man, but it's not gonna happen. TSA ain't gonna allow it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just thanks again to all you guys and gals watching at home, all the guys on the panel, and we'll definitely let you know the next show when it comes about. That's gonna be it for tonight, guys and gals. Go watch Vi play PUBG. Go watch JLS. What are you playing? Red Dead?
Probably do some multiplayer stuff. No, I'll probably continue Red Dead tomorrow, considering the fact that I didn't expect to be doing 3-hour podcasts. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So,
it kind of went.
Sometimes it goes a little bit longer than it should, but you know what? It was well worth it. And tonight I'll probably just do some multiplayer stuff. Plus, I have to test out some settings still with the new PC and stuff.
I got you.
Yeah.
It did run longer than normal, but hey, we was having a good time.
No, of course.
Dorian, when you streaming again?
That Friday.
Friday?
Coming up on that Friday, we'll be playing that Bayonetta. According to Raw, he's saying I'm a little over halfway through. I also got that Bayonetta 2 ready to go. Maybe we'll start that on Saturday.
Perfect. Joe, when are you streaming again?
That'd be tomorrow night with some more Hollow Knight.
There you go. So check out all these guys and gals. Well, and there's no gals on the panel, but check out all these guys
That you know of.
streaming. And look out. Also, tidbit of side information for everybody watching and Joe as well. Joe, anybody that's ever been on the show, I add them to the auto host on the After Hours channel. So be prepared to see that in the future. You'll be on the rotation. I just do the Twitch auto host thing. I don't have anything fancy for it, so it just decides people are random that's ever been on the show. But I'll add you on that list as well. All right, guys and gals, that's gonna do it. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all have a good night.
Later, chat.
Bye.
Good night, guys.